Okay, I think I'm live. What's going on, guys? I've been trying to stream more. I've been trying to keep my promise and do more streams. I know Bellator's on tonight, so I may probably watch some of that. We can talk about, everything going on. You got Isalm Makhachev versus Thiago Moises tomorrow. I might do a fight watch along for that. You got Conor McGregor tweeting out all those pictures of him, you know, at the doctor's office and everything. And apparently, a doctor came out. They zoomed in and kind of analyzed the pictures that McGregor uploaded, which I thought was hilarious. Uh, there's plenty of stuff to talk about. So I've been trying to stream more. What's going on, John? What's going on, John? What's going on, Jacob? Appreciate you guys joining me. I've been trying to keep my promise and do more of these streams, but what's going on, Blaze? Put some questions in the chat. We can talk about all of it. Is Isalm Makhachev a future champ? It seems, I'm very hard on certain guys. And, whether it be Sean O'Malley or other guys that get a lot of hype. And I briefly talked about it in my prediction video for Isalm Makhachev versus Thiago Moises. But there seems to be, and I think it's because he trains with Khabib, there seems to be a cult following behind Isalm Makhachev. They're already calling him a future champ, which he may very well be. But the problem we have is there is no evidence to say that yet. He's looked good, but it's up for debate at this point in time. He has not fought the level of elite competition. What's going on, Jambi? What's going on, Adam? Appreciate you. What was the dogs question mark? I'm curious. Let me know what you're talking about. Good morning, my friend from Kuwait, whose name I believe is Muhammad. I'm not 100% sure. Let me know in the chat. Is the audio sound good? I have my microphone. I'm going to put my microphone a little bit off screen. And let me know if the audio is still good, because my microphone's usually right in the way of the chat. So it's better if I can put it, move it out of the way a little bit. So if the audio is still good, give me a thumbs up in the chat, please. Looks like it sounds pretty good. Yes, I did see that Nate called out Dustin at 185, and Dustin said, I'll touch you up at any weight. And that's a fight that was originally scheduled for UFC 230 way back when Derek Lewis fought DC for the heavyweight belt. And Nate Diaz kept kind of teasing that he was going to pull out, but I don't think Nate Diaz has ever pulled out of a fight up until recently against Leon Edwards, where it got moved a month because he got cut. But up until that point, he had never pulled out. But he had teased, he had already won. He wasn't going to show up for the fight. And then eventually Dustin Poirier pulled out, and I think he ended up having surgery on something. So the fight never happened. But I would love that Dustin Poirier versus Nate Diaz fight. I think that'd be a fun fight. I would heavily favor Dustin Poirier. But with Nate Diaz, it's hard to count him out against non-wrestlers. If he's fighting a heavy grappling, heavy wrestling style, I'll count him out every day. But against a guy like Poirier who's going to stand in front of him and trade, you can't count him out. But I think Poirier would win that fight. As far as the 185, who wants to see that at 185? I don't. 170. Make it happen at 170. But I don't think that fight should happen at all anyway. Poirier needs to go fight Charles Oliveira for the belt. I don't remember the last time that I've been this excited for a fight that's not even announced or scheduled yet. Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier should be so much fun. And I can't wait. I see already some people saying they favor Dustin Poirier. I personally favor Charles Oliveira. I just think he's the better overall fighter. But I could see either guy winning that. I would not be confident in any prediction as far as that fight goes. It just kind of sucks, but I know why it has to happen. It's not going to be till like November, December until we see that fight. My guess is it'll probably be in December. Because it looks like November is probably going to be Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman 2. And we're going to, they're not going to put Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier on that same card, would be my guess. Put in the chat, who are you guys picking for Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier? I'm telling you, the worst thing about doing these streams is getting a dry mouth from talking so damn much. What's going on, Alex, man? I hope you're doing well. Blaze is picking Charles. I'm going to pull up in the meantime. Alex is taking Dustin. Yeah, that's going to be a fun fight. I hope all is going well, Alex, with the channel. I know it's hard to start. It was hard for me to start too, but I'm over 1,000 subscribers now. I'm going to go look for the Bellator 262 stream. I think that's on Showtime, if I remember correctly. Which I have Showtime, so now I got to go see if I can watch it. But this card's trash, by the way, guys. I'm going to have to log in. Dustin, KO. I think it's 50-50, hard to pick someone over the other. I think Dustin will win, but I'm rooting for Charles. I wouldn't mind either guy winning as far as my preference, but I favor Charles slightly. Maybe, if I had to put a percentage on it, I would go 65% Charles, 35% Dustin. I think it's a super close fight, and I just really believe either guy can win it. Both guys are so well-rounded, and I've said this a million times. If you listen to my live streams, you listen to my videos, my prediction videos, guys that come out every fight and they look a little bit better every single time are guys that you always need to watch out for, and that's Dustin Poirier and Charles Oliveira. Every single time they've come out, they're just making little improvements. And Charles Oliveira is a guy that's built himself back up many times. I mean, he's lost plenty of fights, even been stopped recently. I mean, not recently, but stopped by Paul Felder. And he built himself back up to the championship caliber. He's super well-rounded. I think, if you had to pick one weakness on Charles, I mean, it's not a heavy weakness, but sometimes he's not completely defensively responsible. He leaves his chin out there a little bit. He does have good, defense, but it just sometimes he gets clipped up. And I don't know what that is, what to attribute that to, but that happens to him. Maybe Dustin clips him up, And we know neither guy, both those guys, a lot of people were talking about Charles Oliveira's heart going into that Michael Chandler fight. And they say, when he gets hurt, he gets clipped, he packs it in, and, he just gives up. In that fight, he was hurt badly. It was so close to getting stopped. And he worked his way back and stopped him in the second round. That was a beautiful fight. That was one of my favorite fights of the year so far. And I think that was hands down the best 2-round fight I've ever seen. I can't think of much of other ones. John's taking Charles. Jacob's taking Dustin. Okay, I read that. Dustin, but I'm rooting for Charles. Charles Dubron. What's going on, Torin Brown? I mean, don't get me wrong. Dustin is good, but I feel Charles is on another level. I think Dustin is too scrappy. I don't see why anyone's favoring Dustin against Charles. I just think because he's super well-rounded and durable, I think he can compete with Charles, and I would not be shocked if he beat him. I just don't personally favor him. But I'm a huge believer of Charles Oliveira, and I have been for a very long time. He's just so good, everywhere. His striking is good. His jiu-jitsu is amazing. His submission skills is amazing. His grappling, look what he did to Tony Ferguson. I know Tony Ferguson doesn't have the best takedown defense, but he was just good everywhere. And Dustin is the same. And Dustin is super durable. And when he hurts a guy, he's not going to stop. Like kind of Michael Chandler pulled off a little bit after he hurt Oliveira, was saving his energy. Dustin Poirier knows he can go 5 rounds. If Dustin Poirier hurts Charles Oliveira, he's going for the kill for the next however many minutes are left in the round. I favor Charles over Dustin. Why? BJJ. Okay, that's fine. I think, if he can get Dustin down, he could submit him. But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be as easy as it was against some of the other guys that he submitted. But I think it's possible. I wonder why are people putting Dust as greatest lightweight of all time. I think he is. Off the top of my head, I really believe Dustin Poirier is probably top 3. I think Khabib is number 1. I wasn't around for the BJ Penn era, but a lot of people are saying maybe BJ Penn number 2. And then maybe Dustin number 3. I think Dustin overall is, he outranks Frankie Edgar in my opinion. He outranks Benson Henderson in my opinion. He outranks Anthony Pettis for sure in my opinion. He outranks Conor in my opinion. And that's not just because he beat him. Just look at his resume. Let me pull up Dustin Poirier's resume because that man, You could arguably say that Dustin has a better resume than Khabib. And that obviously doesn't mean, he's better than Khabib. He lost to Khabib. Look at this resume. He fought Conor McGregor twice, Max Holloway back in the day, Eddie Alvarez, beat Anthony Pettis more closer to his prime, Justin Gaethje, I already said Eddie Alvarez, Max Holloway in his prime. Do you guys know what that means? To beat Max Holloway in his prime? Then you have, Dan Hooker, and then you have 2 wins over Conor McGregor. But what I will tell you is, even though I'm on board with Dustin being considered one of the greatest lightweights of all time, I think the 2 wins over Conor don't mean as much as people make them seem like they are. People act like Conor's some world beater. The dude has won 1 fight in 5 years. Dustin beat him up, and congrats to Dustin. But at the same time, I don't think those 2 Conor wins, they don't mean very much to me. Even though I'm happy he did, and I like Dustin a lot. And those were big wins as far as his star power in the UFC and where he goes from here. As far as resume-wise, I don't really care. 2 wins over Conor doesn't mean much to me. Conor, I was never a believer of him in his prime, and I'm not a believer in him now. Guys, put some more questions in the chat, please. Yeah, I remember that armbar attempt in the Tony fight. Tony is so tough. If Charles doesn't sub Dustin, it's going to be hard for him to win. I think he can stop him. Greetings from Poland. What's going on, man? Thank you for watching the stream. I really do appreciate it. Both black belts, yep. Dustin in a big way. BJJ. True or false? If Dustin versus Conor 4 would happen, Dustin would be a negative 300 favorite. I'm going to say it would be close. I'm going to say the odds will be close. I don't know why. I don't know much about betting, but Conor McGregor just has that star power, and people make it, whatever reason. I don't think this second fight, the odds should have been close, and supposedly they were close. We can't forget about Tony Ferguson. Understand he's been losing lately, but he's still one of the greatest lightweights of all time. He should be number 2. The guy was on a 12-fight winning streak. Very, very true. You could arguably, compare his resume with any guys at lightweights. He has been through the ringer. He's a true champion in the heart. I would love to see Sean Sherk versus Dustin. Let's see. Rumor has it McGregor is going back to featherweight. I doubt he's made that decision yet, man. I thought Conor was good, but now he doesn't have a leg to stand on. Yeah, I've heard that joke already, man. Dustin is overrated. I don't think Dustin is overrated. I think he's getting too much credit for these 2 Conor wins, but other than that, I think he deserves the respect that he gets. He's a great fighter, and the thing is, he's so well-rounded, guys. He's so well-rounded. Is there anybody watching Bellator 262? Let me know in the chat, please, and put some more questions in the chat. I think he probably could, but who knows? It's hard to say. He hasn't been at 145 in forever. I'm watching Bellator. Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now, actually. If I can find it. Let's see if I can find it somewhere. It's always hard to find the login. It keeps asking me to start a free trial. I already have Showtime. Leave me alone. Okay, here we go. You put this one. Let's see what's going on over in. Whew, that's loud as. All right, let's see what we got here. A lot of people don't know that Tony and Conor used to be good friends. They used to be in management. I didn't know that. I never heard of that. Somebody said I'm watching 2 cats fight in front of my house. True or false? It'd be nice to have a 165-pound division. Yeah, Adam, keep us updated on what's going on with the cats. Who's winning? I'm going to see. I'm going to try to leave Bellator up here, and then I'm going to come over here. watch the chat. Instead of XFL, Vince McMahon should have bought Bellator and got into MMA. He could have been a rival. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if his skill set as far as a promoter would have translated over to, MMA. But that would definitely be interesting. Okay, true or false? Would be nice to have a 165-pound division. Okay, I don't have anything against the 165-pound division, but I'm against change in general. And, for me, it's like we've had these same divisions for so long. And I know what people are saying, every 10 pounds. And, 170 could become 175, and then you could just go 185 and 205. I don't know if I want another division. Why do we need 165 if guys can fight at 170 and 155? Like, I feel like anyone that can make 165 can go ahead and go to 155 or 170. You know what I mean? I don't understand why we need so many weight classes. But I think instead of that, there needs to be, issues to address weight cutting. Yep, Tony Ferguson and Conor McGregor used to be the same management team. I'm not sure what made them turn enemies. I don't know, but I hope they fight next. I would love that. Let me see if this works. Okay, hopefully I didn't mess anything up. I'm pulling up the chat on my other computer. Okay, so now I can watch Bellator over here. Okay. Vince's son, Shane, begged him to buy the UFC before the Fertittas did. I know I spelled that wrong. Yeah, who knows if anybody else, it's hard to say if somebody else would have been able to build it into what it is today. It took a lot of work and a lot of belief. And, I'm taking these headphones off. They're making my ears hurt right now, and I don't really care what's said here. I can see it. So I'm happy that the Fertittas and Dana got a hold of it, because who knows if somebody else would have had the passion to build it in what it is today. Soldier of God versus Anthony Johnson. Who wins? I'm going to go with Yoel Romero for sure. I'm a big believer in Yoel Romero. I think he's so good. I'm pissed that fight didn't happen. I was devastated when it got canceled. True or false, Dustin would beat Colby? False. But it's possible. I'm not going to say it's domination by Colby. But I think Colby's just a lot bigger. If all things are equal, I think Colby be able to probably get him down and just grind on him for 5 rounds. And Colby doesn't get tired either. Call me crazy, but I think the featherweight is the new beast. Since McGregor left, he may now lose now if he ever decides to go back. Yeah, featherweight's nasty, but, he would have a massive size advantage. Yeah, Edson Barboza is at featherweight. That's crazy. I'm excited for Edson Barboza versus Giga Chikadze. In my opinion, Colby is mad overrated. No hate, just my opinion. I don't know if he's overrated or not, in my opinion at least. He does get a lot of praise, but he is a quality fighter. He doesn't have very good stand-up, though. So I get what you're saying. People act like he's some... He got lit up by Damian Maia on the feet. He got cut up by Damian Maia on the feet. So if that's happening... Vince should stay with WWE. Yeah, well, Vince is getting old anyway. Vince said it's too barbaric. This is according to Shane in an interview a few years ago. Okay. Well, they missed out on an opportunity, but who knows what would have happened. Guys, do me a favor. If you haven't already liked the stream, I would really appreciate it. I can't believe we're over 1,000 subscribers now, guys. We're well over 1,000 subscribers. If you guys have any friends... Yeah, if you guys have any friends, send them my channel and tell them to subscribe. I don't know what I want to get to next, but maybe like 5,000 is the next goal. I want to get to 5,000 soon. I don't know how realistic that is, but 1,000 surpassed all my expectations. I appreciate you guys. What weight would they fight at? Yeah. If Dustin and Colby are fighting at 170, I take Colby. If Dustin and Colby are fighting at 155, which I don't know if Colby can make 155, I take Dustin Poirier. Adam says you're the best. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Nah, Joey, he wouldn't have the size advantage anymore. Joey Holloway is bigger than Conor at featherweight. Edson Barboza is bigger than Conor at 45 as a beat as well. I'm not sure. I'm not as confident as you are. I'll take your word for it, but for me, I'm not as confident. Conor's a big guy. At least like it seems like it. Maybe that's overblown. I don't know. Usman versus Colby was all stand-up, and that was before Usman joined Whitman. Back then, Usman's stand-up was not as good now. I think, I've said this before, early prediction, I think Usman beats the shit out of Colby Covington in their second fight and finishes him with the hands. I think Colby's striking is terrible. I think Usman's striking was better back then, and I think Usman's striking has only gotten better since then. So, what does that tell you? That tells you that Usman's going to come in, and look what he did to Jorge Masvidal. You know, I think that Usman's going to come in there and probably I'm gonna say he's going to TKO Colby Covington. This guy with the little symbol, man, he loves Sean O'Malley, Colby Covington, and Conor McGregor. Makes sense to me, man. But Colby was not winning. It was even. It was an even fight. It was an even fight, my friend. But difference of opinion, that's fine if you believe that. Who in here is going to join me tomorrow for a fight watch along for Isalm Makhachev versus Thiago Moises? Let me know in the chat. Throw some more questions in the chat. Did Jeremy Stephens beat Zabit? I thought he did. I'm trying to remember. I don't even remember that fight, to be honest. That's been a while. But I don't think I thought he did. It doesn't stick out to me in my head. That was so long ago, UFC. That was November or March 2019. That feels like eternity. So I'm going to say no because it doesn't stand out to me that he did. Who wins in their prime, Tony Ferguson or Diego Sanchez? With both of them in their prime. I'm going to say Tony Ferguson. What's going on, Edson? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Because of Dana's greed, we missed out on a lot of the legendary matchups like GSP versus Anderson Silva, Lesnar versus Fedor. I'll agree with you on the GSP versus Anderson Silva. I had no desire to see Lesnar versus Fedor. If I was Dustin, I'll say forget the belt and go for another money fight against Nate Diaz. Yeah, but that's only if it is a money fight. Who knows if the UFC, wants to keep some type of order. But if I'm Dustin, I said this in my last live chat. If I'm Dustin, I will fight Conor McGregor 12 times over. So, why not keep beating him? It was 2-2 on the judges' scorecards. Last round definitely went to Usman, even if Colby survived. Agreed, my friend. Colby will out-wrestle Usman. Nope. And I think Colby loses to Burns as well. I'll be here tomorrow for the stream 100%. Yeah, it's a late card. Even on, for me, the East Coast, it starts at 10 p.m. Colby and Dustin should fight. It's back and forth with trash talk. Unless Dana is hoping for champion versus champion if they both win. That could be an option, but I doubt they both win. Watch it, please. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Watch what? I'll tune in. Robert Rutherford, thank you for joining us tonight. Only 2 years ago, Joey. What are we talking about there? Did the news of aggression of the fighter Pedroit that her girlfriend made come one accusing the other of aggression? I have no idea what you're talking about, Edson. I'm sorry, my friend. Chiesa versus Luke K is coming up soon. Early predictions. I think I'm going to go with Luke K. But that's tough. I might flip-flop on that one. Chiesa has some great grappling, but Luke K is just so crisp and technical on the feet. Jake Paul versus Chris Montigno. I'm going to go with Chris Montigno. I hope Dustin fights Oliveira and MSG. That would be an epic card, I bet. That would be awesome. Imagine if they do Colby Usman 2, Oliveira versus Dustin as the co-main. That'd be crazy. Where do you live, Joey? East Coast, more specifically Maryland. How did Nate Diaz become so famous? He was already popular before this, but that late notice step in destruction of Conor McGregor got him very, very popular. The big question is Charles versus Dustin. We've talked about this already a lot, but I'll answer you again. I favor Charles Oliveira, but slightly. I'm not super confident. Luke K, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'll check it, but probably going to be at the MMA Guru stream. Damn, that hurts, my friend. That hurts, Jacob. That hurts. Congratulations on the 1,000 subscriber. Edson, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Jacob, what makes the MMA Guru better than me, my friend? What makes it better? But thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thank you, Edson, for the congratulations. But Joey, Dustin Poirier will make a lot of money fighting Nate. Yeah, I don't blame. I wouldn't blame Dustin if he took that fight. But I don't think the UFC is going to make it. It doesn't make sense. It kind of messes up the lightweight division. So I don't even think it's going to be an option. Okay, I'll go watch it soon. Islam, if he wins, he needs to fight Chandler or Justin. I was hoping he might fight like RDA. I think a lot of people are sleeping on RDA, but I think he's a lot better than people think. And, they kind of forget about him. His live commentary is goated, would recommend. Okay, my friend. Enjoy. I can't stand that guy, MMA Guru. He's very arrogant. I hate people like that. I've only watched him a little bit, but I'm not super familiar with him, so I couldn't say. But I don't like people like that either, but it's his style, and if people like it, they can go watch him. That's fine. If Dustin doesn't fight Charles next, I will riot. I will riot as well. I want that fight badly. Let's see. Arlene Belcow versus Dayana Silva is up next. Don't care. RDA is my man. I love RDA. I think a lot of people forget how great he is because he went to welterweight and lost a lot. But look at the guys he's losing to. Quality guys. It's unreal. So, yeah, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do an Isalm Makhachev, Thiago Moises live stream tomorrow. Some people are saying Chris Montinho will be a UFC star. I don't think so. I think he'll be cut in 12 months. I don't think he'll be a UFC star. I think his next fight will get a little bit more of attention than you would expect. But I don't think he'll be a star. I mean, his skill set, leaves a lot to be desired. And unless he significantly improves, he's not going to be able to do well. But a drop to 125 could serve him well. I would like to see him drop to 125. Maybe he could have a future there, but I don't think he has a future at 135. It's too good. But I think he'll get some attention in his next fight. And if he's able to win some decent fights against some quality guys, I think he could become a star. Just because people would love his story. But I doubt that happens, so I agree with you. Where's Joshua Fabia? I have no idea where Joshua Fabia is. I haven't heard anything, and I've been happy not to hear anything. So, hopefully everything stays quiet on that front. RDA versus Charles, who wins? I'd probably go RDA. I'd go RDA against a lot of these top guys. But that's hard. I can't really say for sure. Both guys are so good. RDA's getting older, so I might flip-flop back to Charles. I don't know. But thanks for the question, Big Rocker Johnson, and thanks for joining me. If RDA stepped in, what would have happened? Him versus Conor or him versus Dustin results? So if RDA would have stepped in against Dustin, I probably would have picked Dustin. I think that Dustin would have been able to use his volume and maybe press RDA up against the fence. But I don't know, man. RDA is so good. People don't give RDA enough respect. One of his main holes in his game is against dominant grapplers and wrestlers and guys that are bigger than him. And Dustin's just not that guy. So I would probably favor Dustin. If he would have stepped in versus Conor, he would have put on a clinic. He would have beat up Conor on the feet not because he's the better overall striker, but because he would have mixed in the wrestling. I think he would have beat Conor up against the feet. He would have thrown 2-3 punch combinations, took Conor down. Even if Conor stuffed it, make Conor work in the clinch and he would eventually won that fight. So RDA beats Conor. I think Dustin Poirier beats RDA, but I'd be okay with either one. Lamau, RDA over Charles. Hey man, RDA is a lot better, a very, very good fighter, and a lot of people don't give him enough credit. Let's see, everybody but Dustin. Who is the MMA guru? He's some other guy that does YouTube. Now Conor could get that Diego fight. Yeah, exactly. That guy's more on his level now. Charles will destroy RDA. I disagree with you. He may win, and I may even pick him to win. But I think it's a quality fight, and I think a lot of people would be surprised. Joey is a Dustin fanboy. Not at all. Not at all. I don't pick based off who I like. So when I give you my pick for a fight, it's based on who I think is going to win. It's not based on who I like. What do you make of Conor's revelations about his legs? I think he's looking for any and every excuse that he can make. Some physician took the MRI that Conor posted a photo of and zoomed in and overanalyzed it and said he did not see any evidence of a stress fracture. And that based on the MRI that they had, if they would have been looking for a stress fracture, they wouldn't even done that type of MRI. They would have done it of a different location, or it would have been different overall imaging. Even though he could tell from that one that if they were looking for that, that's not the type of MRI they would have took. So I think Conor's just looking for an excuse. Conor posted that video, and I think the main takeaway from that video is if the UFC and the UFC doctors knew that Conor was injured going into that fight and they let him fight anyway, that's a big issue because the doctors, the commission, not the UFC, but the doctors and the commission are put in place to protect fighters. The UFC is never going to pull their biggest star out of their biggest pay-per-view of the year on a week's notice or 2 weeks' notice. They need him. So that's where the commission's supposed to come in. The doctors are supposed to come in. They're supposed to pass physicals. And if Conor was cleared to fight, he was cleared to fight. But if he lied or the UFC covered something up, that's the bigger story. And does anybody else find it hilarious? Conor's like talking all this shit and making all these excuses. He's riding around on a mobility scooter. Dustin Poirier put Conor McGregor in a mobility scooter. And it's hilarious. And somebody responded to Conor's video of him strolling around in the mobility scooter, filming himself, making a bunch of excuses. And they said, someone could literally come up to him right now, push him over, and run away, and there was nothing he'd be able to do about it. Which I think says it all. I think Conor just needs an excuse for himself. I think it's part of his mental game. He cannot accept loss. And he will never accept this loss. And when he comes back, he will beg for a fourth fight. And he may very well get it. What Conor would have destroyed RDA. Disagree with you, my friend. RDA submitted Kevin Lee in front of my eyes in Rochester. Awesome, man. That was a fun fight. Which fight would happen first and who would win in Masvidal versus Conor and Colby versus Dustin? Which would happen first and who would win in Masvidal versus Conor? I'll take Masvidal. Colby versus Dustin. I'd favor Colby. If you're asking what's more in the realm of possibility, I think Masvidal versus Conor could happen. Maybe that could be what he returns to. RDA is a gatekeeper. Yeah, for welterweight, but not for lightweight. Munoz versus Aldo. In that fight on the next pay-per-view card, I'm going to go with Aldo, and I love that fight. Also, Conor saying the doctors allowed him to fight. You know what a lawsuit that could be? Exactly. I wonder if the UFC and the doctors are going to come out and say, that's not true, to kind of save themselves. I would like to see Kevin Ferguson ref a fight between himself and I don't know what you're saying, my friend. Also, yeah, okay, read that already. Hell yeah, he could have got killed because of that. True or false? Conor has no real friends to tell him when he's wrong and he's surrounded by yes men. I'm going to say true. And guys, spam the chat with true or false questions. I love true or false questions, guys. So do me a favor, throw a bunch of those type of questions in the chat about anything MMA. Doesn't matter what it is. RDA would have killed Conor easy. I agree. I don't know if he would have killed him, but he would have beat him pretty handily, in my opinion. Some people are going to disagree with me on that. I think RDA. What would have happened if Dustin fell out? RDA stepped in, beat Conor. Conor would have blamed it on, he would have said it's a short notice opponent. The reason I lost is because I was training to fight Dustin and then I got RDA. So it would have been a bunch of excuses and they would have fought RDA again. I always mean to tweet out the link of this live chat, and I always forget. Let's see, make sure it worked. Yep, looks like it's working. Let's see. Guys, if you have Twitter, go follow me at this. Here's my Twitter thing. So if you guys want to, go follow me. I already read that. But he's definitely surrounded by yes men. I mean, look what Coach Kavanaugh's saying. I saw nothing concerning in that first round. Well, your guy got smashed. So I don't know if he has any real friends or not. RDA is a gatekeeper for both weight classes. I disagree with you. Conor paid off the doctors, maybe. Edson Barboza has the best kicks in MMA. True or false? I'll say true. Edson Barboza has some of the filthiest kicks I've ever seen in my life. They're so fast. They're so hard. They're so technical. His kicks are just something else. And I'll never forget, as long as I live, that spinning back heel kick to Terry Edom where he just froze him. It looked like Terry Edom was going to win he was going to be the best player of freeze tag when he got clipped with that heel. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So true. True or false is Conor McGregor always dodged Tony Ferguson? I'm going to say false because Conor was always doing other shit. I don't know if it was specifically because he wasn't trying to fight Tony. So I'm going to say false. True or false, Miesha Tate wins a fight during her return. I'm assuming you're talking about tomorrow. I'm going to say false. RDA is so underrated. Agree with you, Adam. Justin has the best kicks. Justin probably a close second. But I think Edson probably has better kicks. But Justin has some nasty. There's a couple guys with some nasty kicks. Edson Barboza versus Conor McDonald at 55. I don't even know who Conor McDonald is. So, true or false? Conor would have whooped Tony. I like Tony because Gaethje exposed his stand up. I'm going to say false, and not because I don't think Conor would have landed, but Tony Ferguson is literally Conor McGregor's kryptonite, an iron chin and unlimited stamina. So even if Conor whooped him for 2 rounds, Conor would have gassed himself out whooping him, and then you know how the fight would have went from there. Tony would have swarmed him. Dana hasn't said a word though. I wonder if Conor's telling the truth. Not the first time he told him the UFC. Remember the DM leaks? Yeah, I hope somebody asks the UFC about that because, it seems like the MMA media never wants to do their job and ask tough questions. What do you think about Michelle Pereira versus Muslim Salikum? Is that announced? Is that even announced? I haven't even heard anything about that, and I don't even know about that fight at all, my friend. I'm sorry. True or false? Lewis knocks Gane out. I'm gonna say false, but who knows? Lewis has some filthy knockout power. Conor McDonald is Conor McGregor. So what was the question again? Edson Barboza versus Conor McGregor at 55. I'd like that fight, but I doubt it. Yeah, Aldo had some nasty leg kicks back in the day. Melvin Manhook also did in the fight against Robbie, and he almost took his leg off. Yeah, Melvin Manhoff has some nasty leg kicks. He was a monster at one point in time. But he's aged. I think he just recently lost to Corey Anderson. I don't know how long ago that was at this point. It's been a little bit. But, yeah, but Aldo, it seemed like, I don't know if he was having an issue with the legs or what was going on, but he stopped throwing them as much. I mean, he used them a bit against Peter Yan. I loved Aldo's leg kicks. Do you guys remember when Anderson Silva was the GOAT and he said, yeah, if Aldo fought in my weight class, I would retire because that guy would whoop my ass. Aldo was just, and Aldo still is, filthy. Aldo's so well-rounded. Imagine if Jose Aldo had Max Holloway's stamina. I think Aldo could be the champion at 155, 145, and 135 if you gave Aldo Max Holloway level stamina. He has great hands, great kicks, great jiu-jitsu, great takedown defense. The guy's super athletic. He's fast. He has brutal strikes. Where the F is Gaethje after Khabib? He ain't to be. Finally catching a live stream. Just arrived. Thank you, Perez. How are you doing, man? We're sitting at over 1,000 subscribers now. We're going to hit 5,000 soon enough, hopefully. If you guys send my channel to your friends and family and tell them to go subscribe. But only if they're going to watch the videos. Where the F is Gaethje? I answered this. Somebody commented on one of my videos and said, what's going on with Gaethje? And I think what's going on is Gaethje, after Khabib retired, after he beat him, he was kind of sitting around hoping that he would get some type of opportunity like Michael Chandler got. And now he's kind of the odd man out. So, hopefully he fights Chandler soon. I think that's the perfect matchup. People act like Tony Ferguson can't stand with McGregor in his strikes and get his strikes in. I think Tony would get lit up early, but eventually the pressure and the stamina would be too much for Conor. I would love to see Aldo at 55. Everyone speculated for years about Jose Aldo going up to 55. And he literally got so much shit. I lost my train of thought for a second there. He got so much shit when he dropped to 135. Everyone says, how is he ever going to make the weight? Aldo looks phenomenal at 35. But I'd like to see him at 155 too. It was hard for me to watch the end of Aldo versus Yan fight. He was getting his head pounded into the mat. I don't know if there's any guy that loses more brutally than Jose Aldo. Look at the Max Holloway finishes. Look at the Peter Yan finishes. What was the ref thinking? They don't like Jose Aldo. And he was looking good early in that fight, but that stoppage was nasty. Say something about Conor cheating 3 fingers in Poirier's glove. Conor's been a perpetual cheater. Conor was grabbing inside those gloves. Look how many times Conor cheated against Khabib. He kneed Khabib on the ground when Khabib was about to lock up a submission. He was grabbing Khabib's gloves. In the first takedown attempt, the reason he kind of reversed Khabib, if you guys remember, is because he was holding on to Khabib's shorts. Conor's a perpetual cheater. Let's see. So there's your answer, and people, and I corrected this the other day on one of my live streams. People are talking about Dustin Poirier with his toes in the fence. It wasn't illegal what he did because he didn't interlock the toes. He didn't interlock. They just kind of went through. They were resting through. They weren't interlocked in the cage. And they had no bearing on the situation because Dustin could have put the pressure against the cage like that and still got in the same position without his toes. His toes just happened to go through it. He wasn't doing that on purpose. I don't personally believe. Justin needs to fight or be removed from the rankings. My guess is we'll hear something soon. My guess is he's going to be fighting Michael Chandler next, and I love that fight. I hope you make it to 100,000 subs, Joey. Oh, my God, Brown. That would be incredible. I couldn't wait. You know what? I can't wait. I want to get to 100,000 subs. I just want to have that plaque hanging behind me. Let's see. True or false, Luke Rockhold girlfriend put him to sleep by kissing him on the chin. Did you hear that from somebody else, or you heard me say that a couple times? And by the way, if there's anybody in here who is not subscribed, go subscribe right now. I don't know why you're watching the live stream and you're not subscribed. And make sure to like the video too. Help me get to 100,000 subscribers. I only got 99,000 subscribers to go. We're almost there. But I'm going to say true. Luke Rockhold does go to sleep. His girlfriend puts him to sleep by kissing him on the chin. Aldo should stay at 35. I agree with you 100%. Aldo just looks absolutely incredible at 135. A lot of people gave him shit when he said he was going down and didn't think he would do it. He looks great at 135. Dana be like, Conor vs. Diaz, loser fights Chandler for the interim lightweight title. I hope not. Technically false because they broke up. Pitbull or AJ? I got to think about that one more. But early prediction, probably Pitbull. That's a great fight. That's Bellator's best fight they can put on right now. True or false? Conor was on coke during the Rogan interview after the fight. Man needs rehab and then needs to rehab for his leg. Yeah, I think Conor does some type of drugs, honestly. I really believe that. I'm not just joking around. Call me crazy, but I think Jose Aldo can beat Sean O'Malley. If he mixes in the leg kicks, he's done. Do you like Sean O'Malley? I enjoy watching Sean O'Malley. I like his style, but I don't like his sportsmanship as far as him losing, and I also don't like his cult following who pretends like he's the best ever. He's looked good, don't get me wrong, but he's unproven. There's not a lot of evidence at this point to prove that he's as good as a lot of people act like he is. The same with Isalm Makhachev. But both guys could prove to be true, but I just don't believe the evidence exists right now. But yeah, I think Aldo, if anybody just starts kicking Sean O'Malley's legs, I think he's frail and I think he loses. Aldo beats him. Wouldn't mind seeing Pitbull in the UFC. That would be a damn good addition to the featherweight division. I'd like to see that. I'd love to see that. The featherweight division is always already stacked, but that'd be good. All right, guys, have a good night. Catch you tomorrow. Have a good night, man. I hope all is well with the YouTube channel, my friend. If Carlos Diego Ferreira beats Grant Dawson, they should make Tony versus CDF. Yeah, that'd be fun. I think that'd be fun. Charlie Kennedy, are you subscribed, my friend? I think this is the first time I've seen your name in one of the live chats. So if you're not, make sure you go subscribe. If Carlo, okay, I already talked about that. That'd be a fun matchup. I love that matchup. I think that's a winnable fight for Tony, and I think Tony needs a rebound fight. How do you think John Jones will get on a heavyweight? That's tough, man, because heavyweight, the knockout, the skill level is not there at heavyweight, You look at heavyweight, that it's the worst division in all the UFC. The guys are not super well-rounded, and I think John Jones is that guy. But I don't know how John Jones will look with the added weight. Plus, there's not as much room for air at heavyweight. If he gets clipped by Francis Ngannou, he's getting put to sleep. So, I know that's not what you want to hear, a real answer. But I think, that I think he can do well at heavyweight, but it's hard to say because of the power. True or false, Prime Aldo got slept completely by Conor. Obviously, that's true. That's a dumb question. Patricky Pitbull versus Max Holloway would be good. That'd be a lot of fun. Who would be a good test for O'Malley so we can either shut him up or take him seriously? I really want to see him versus Dominic Cruz, but let me take a look at who else in the division, because I want to see him take on someone ranked. I wouldn't mind seeing him against Merab. A lot of people want to see that Vera rematch. And right now, Frankie Edgar's calling him out, and his manager wants that fight because they know it's a big fight. It will get Frankie Edgar back into a relevant discussion. I don't really have that much of a desire for a Frankie Edgar-Sean O'Malley fight. I think Frankie Edgar, unless he wrestles him, probably loses. Sean O'Malley seems like he would have massive length advantage on him. Hold on, I lost my spot here. Are you watching Bellator? Halfway, yes. The answer is, your question is yes. Oh, I just tuned in. I just clicked back over to the tab. I was reading the chat over here, but I switched back. I just seen that finish. Brutal left hand hurts her badly, then a right hand. She falls down. None of the strikes really land on the way down. Then she ground and pound her to a finish. She's out cold. Looks like to me. Big Dan Murgliata steps in. So yes, I'm halfway watching Bellator. But let's see. No, I just found your video. Video of 264. Which 264 video? The post fight? But either way, man, I appreciate you. Make sure you go subscribe, my friend. I really do appreciate it. I just reached 1,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get to my next goal. But thank you, man. Thanks for joining the live chat. Did you talk about the Miesha Tate fight? Very briefly. I just can't pick Miesha Tate. She's coming out after such a long layoff. Marianne Renault, I think she's a really good fighter. I think this is going to be her retirement fight. So right now, just the unknown of Miesha Tate, I just have to pick against her. I don't know where her skill's at, being off for so long. But who knows? Maybe she can get a win. Okay, I really want to see O'Malley versus Rob Font next. That'd be a big step up in competition for O'Malley. And I don't know if Rob Font's going to be willing to take that fight. He's looking for a title fight. And I don't think, but maybe the UFC has shown, I don't think so. The UFC has shown they're willing to give Khamzat Chimaev a big name, but I don't think they're going to give Sean O'Malley. I think they're kind of protecting him a little bit right now. They're trying to build him, which isn't that big of a deal, but Sean O'Malley acts like he's ready to fight for the belt, so that kind of annoys me. But I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. I'm up for it. I've said multiple, people don't understand this. I've said before, Sean O'Malley does not deserve to fight a ranked opponent. He doesn't deserve it. But I sure damn want to see it. It's a fun fight. And it answers questions. I love once in a while throwing a hyped up, unranked guy into the Shark Tank and seeing if he comes out. That's why I was so interested in the Khamzat Chimaev versus Leon Edwards. I loved Khamzat Chimaev versus Leon Edwards. But Khamzat Chimaev did not deserve that fight. So there's a little bit of a differentiate there, you know. I want to make myself clear. Let's see what else we got going on here. What's going on, Samuel Gray? I think this is the first time I've seen your name. Make sure to like the stream and make sure you subscribe. I missed something. And throw in some questions in the chat. Anything you want to hear about. I don't care if it's from 6 years ago. Jones is the GOAT on paper, but not the people's GOAT. Agree with you. I really can't see John Jones fighting. He's too worried about tarnishing legacy by getting knocked out. No amount of money brings you back. I think we see Jones again. It's just a matter of when. In boxing, Conor McGregor or Jake Paul? Oh, God. I'll go Conor McGregor. Samuel Gray, you're the man. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very, very much. O'Malley versus Clay Guida. They're not in the same weight class. True or false, anyone at light heavyweight has the power to KO anyone, including John Jones. I'm going to say false. John Jones doesn't have very much power, especially in his hands. It's my name. Okay. My cousin watched Dustin Poirier versus Michael Johnson live. That's awesome. Michael Johnson is one of the most inconsistent fighters I've ever seen in my life. I want to see O'Malley at 45 at some point. I don't know. He's so skinny. I subbed because I like your thoughts on fighters. It's not emotional and biased. I let people know. Let me look in the camera for this one. I let people know how I feel about fighters. Like I like Dustin Poirier and I do not like Conor McGregor. But when I gave my prediction video for Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor, I said I'm picking Dustin based on what I see as the skills. I'm not picking a guy just because I like him, you know? That's stupid. Why would I do that? I'm picking based on what I'm seeing, you know? I picked Conor McGregor in the first Dustin Poirier fight. I picked him at UFC 257 in January. It's stupid. A lot of people are way too biased. They're fanboys. They're picking people just because they like them. That makes no sense. I think what it is they truly believe it because they convince themselves of it. You want a guy to win so badly that maybe you convince yourself of it. But I don't do that at all. I try to be as unbiased with my predictions as I possibly can be. And it served me so good this year. Guys, I am 18-4 in main events. Every single UFC main event. That excludes the draw between Belal Muhammad, no contest, Belal Muhammad, Leon Edwards. I am 18-4 in predictions for main events this year. That is absolutely incredible. And I'm so proud of that. Who knows? Maybe the rest of the year I'll do shit. But we will see. I've done really, really good so far this year. And I'm super happy with it. But thank you for subscribing, Charlie. I really do appreciate it, man. We're on the journey to 10,000 subs. Sugar may not be UFC GOAT, but he is good. Okay, GSP is the GOAT, true or false? I'll say true. I like GSP. And he has a steady body of work. I don't think Sean O'Malley would have his way with Rob Font like he did with Chris. No, I think Rob Font beats Sean O'Malley. I remember when Jones first came on the scene, he was vicious with the elbows. Yeah, he has some of the most brutal elbows in the sport. Opinion on Dillashaw comeback fight, July 24th. I'm super excited for that fight. I was devastated when it got canceled back in May. It's a fight that I'm really looking forward to. I think the winner fights the winner of Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling next. And I hope it's not TJ Dillashaw. I'm not sure who I'm going to pick yet. I'm probably picking Sandhagen. But I do not want TJ Dillashaw to win that fight at all. You know, he's a cheater. He's injecting EPO into his ass, and he's putting life-changing beatings on the likes of people like Renan Barão. So, I don't want that guy to win. I think he's a piece of shit. I see some talent with O'Malley, but I see he's reckless too. Yeah, plus, he to me, he seems frail. You know, he's always constantly getting leg injuries. Maybe that's just bad luck. Plus, I think he may have a grappling deficiency, but we'll see when he fights some of those guys. I always quantify as who I want to win and who I would put my money on. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. I always say, you know, I want this guy to win, but I'm picking X, Y, and Z. I think he's going to win just based on the skill set. I think it's stupid. You know, there is some guys out there that say, I'm going to make my prediction based on who I like and not who I think's going to win. I think they blind themselves with the bias. I don't want to be a biased channel. I want to give you my honest pick who I think is going to win. Is any Bellator talk coming up? Yeah, my friend, I'm watching Bellator right now. I just turned it on, so I will talk about Bellator. Thanks for reminding me. I got the chat over here and I got Bellator here, so I'll let you know what's going on. There's about to be a fight coming up right now. I thought O'Malley was Irish. I don't think so. Dillashaw is top 5 of all time. Nope. He broke Brandon Vera's face. It was brutal. Brother, you need a woman. Brother, you need a woman peace in the Middle East, baby. I don't know what you're trying to say. O'Malley of Irish descent. Okay. JJ, yo, Joey, what's good, man? Congrats on the 1K. This is the first time I've seen your name in one of the live chats, man. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully, the next 1,000 subscribers come faster. I can't wait to see 2,000 on my thing. Thank you for liking the stream. I really do appreciate it, man. This is the first time I've talked to you. There's a Bellator fight coming up soon. Guys, put a bunch of questions in the chat for me, whatever you guys want to talk about. I think right now, I'm not even sure what fight this is. I just clicked back on Matos versus somebody else whose name I don't see. But everybody who's in here right now, go like the stream, please, if you haven't already. O'Malley's Irish last name. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't really pay attention to that all that much. Is Miles Jury fighting? To be honest, I'm not prepared for this card at all. I just randomly decided to do a stream, and I figured I'd watch Bellator while I was streaming. He fought last Bellator event. Okay, the fight is starting. Matter of fact, let me put on my earphones now. Nice leg kick by it's Jay Hamilton versus Matos. Joey, how much is your walk around weight before cutting bait? I don't cut any weight, my friend. Miles Jury is boring. Do you guys remember when left hand by Matos? Oh, he's looking for a guillotine. I think he might he's fighting it with the hands. He dropped it. I think it was a left hook. Miles Jury's born. Does anybody remember when Donald Cerrone was kicking the hell out of Miles Jury's legs while he was laying on the ground? Ryan Masturbator is a beast. He's very good. I was sad when the UFC let him go. I didn't think he was going to be champion, but he was a quality fighter that should have been kept around in the light heavyweight division. He has a YouTube channel, interacts with people. How many subscribers does Miles Jury have? Let me know. I don't feel like searching it at all. Hold on, let me go back to the channel. Miles Jury is cool. He's so tough. I like Miles Jury's YouTube channel. He teaches you about real estate. Pretty dope of him. Free knowledge. That is pretty cool, man. You got to respect the guy. It's hard. People don't realize it. Hamilton throwing some punches here. Matos, I think is how you pronounce his name, is just walking him down. Matos is just cutting him off, pressing forward. That's another thing I don't like about Bellator is I don't like the circular cage. I love the octagon because you have angles where you can cut him off. Where in a circle, it's a lot harder. Great leg kick by Matos, clinches him up, pushes him against the cage. Last seen 40,000. Guys, I don't know what should be my next goal, my next subscriber goal. I was so focused on getting 1,000. I really wanted to get 1,000. I thought it'd be awesome. But now I don't know what to look forward to. I guess 2,000 maybe. Thank you, Charlie Kennedy, for letting me know. 36.8. That's pretty good. That's damn good. He's for a relatively unknown fighter. Remember Charles Oliveira versus Miles Jury fight? I don't remember that fight at all, my friend. Nice spinning back kick by Hamilton. McLegger Titan best of 5. I'm not sure what that means. Why hasn't Usman Colby been signed yet? Is he afraid of Colby and feels threatened? I think it could be either guy with the hang up. Colby Covington has been notoriously hard to negotiate with, but I think it should be announced soon. But if not, don't be surprised if next thing you know, the UFC is announcing Usman versus Leon Edwards. If by some chance Colby is the hang up, like let's say Colby's trying to, hold on. If Colby is having the negotiating issues, the UFC will just move on. Just put on Bellator while listening to you in the background. That's awesome, man. Appreciate it. Nice body kick by Matos. Fuse MMA by hardcores anyway. Yeah, I know he's kind of known by, but you know what I mean. I don't feel like he would have a following that would translate to. Ooh, Matos just swarming him up against the cage. Hamilton swinging like crazy. This is a fun fight, actually. Let's see. I think Colby thinks he brings more money than he actually does. I agree with you 100%. People always talk about how Colby's a draw. I don't think he's, don't get me wrong, he's known, but I don't think he's some massive draw. I think people are indifferent to him. I think they think he's cringy. I don't think they think he's as funny as he thinks he is. I personally think he's cheesy. I don't even watch Colby Covington interviews just because he's so cheesy. And he thinks he's some massive star or something. Nice body kick by Matos. Jay Hamilton spinning back fist. About to be the end of the first round. Throw some more questions in the chat, guys. Come on. He's not. If he was, they would pay him. I'm not sure. The UFC is kind of stingy, but I don't think he's bringing in as much as he thinks he is. I don't even think that first Colby Usman pay-per-view did a lot of sales. I kind of like Colby. That's your opinion, man. I'm happy for you. I love watching him fight, that's for sure. Is it true they did 2 million buys for UFC 264? I don't think so. Maybe worldwide they did, but not in the United States, and that's what really matters. I want to see Colby versus Usman again. That was a war. Yeah, I would love that fight. I have no problem with that. But if Colby out negotiates himself, they will move on. They will give somebody else another title shot. Without a doubt. But the UFC is notoriously stingy with their fighters. Who knows what's really going on? We don't have any concrete information. But there's always some type of complaints going on. All right, the second round is now starting. In the meantime, guys, please throw some questions in the chat, whatever you guys want to talk about. Same type of fight. Matos pressing forwards. Hamilton circling around the cage. Nice leg kick by Matos. Neither guy doing too much in the second round so far. Front kick by Hamilton doesn't land. It's looking to me like Matos is just a better fighter, and I'm not familiar with either one of these guys. Look at the ones they were draw. They treated them decent and make bigger paydays and then released to the public. Yeah, but that's so few and far between. And then you got guys like John Jones who are draws who they're not really paying that well, or at least not paying him to go up to heavyweight, which is annoying. Matt Mitrione's the only thing I'm interested in on this card. Oh, that was a vicious yawn. Yeah, do you guys remember when Matt Mitrione flatlined Derek Lewis? That was brutal. Face down KO. I trained in the same gym Miles Jury trained for BJJ. That's cool. Jones doesn't sell pay-per-views. I think he does. He's not McGregor style. Oh, Matos lands like an uppercut. Now he's ground and pound him. TKO finish. Fight's over. Now I can go back to the chat on my main screen. I think Jones brings in. Yup. Matos got it in the bag. That was, and he just, that was a brutal finish. I'm not even sure what landed. Do you bet on the fights? No, or I'd be damn rich, man. My predictions have been on point all year long. I'm so happy with my picks performance this year. The only thing I got wrong so far this year is I picked Conor McGregor against Dustin in the first or the second fight in January of this year. Then I got Cody Garbrandt versus Rob Font wrong. I picked Dan Ige versus Korean Zombie, and I picked Curtis Blades versus Derek Lewis. They're the four I got wrong. So I should start betting on fights, but I don't. I never seen GSP pay showed as millions in public, and he said he made millionaires. Yeah, also the UFC doesn't disclose the full pay. And they do that shit on purpose too. You can look at his numbers. Last fight sold $500K. That's pretty damn good, man. That's not McGregor level. But look at the guys. Even if you look at all the current champions. Let me look up all the current champions real quick. Who's selling over $500K right now? Brandon Moreno, I don't think he's bringing over $500K. Aljamain Sterling, not $500K. Alexander Volkanovski, not $500K. Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier, maybe. Usman versus Colby, maybe. Adesanya, definitely. Jan Blachowicz, probably around there. Francis Ngannou, probably around there. So, they need those type of guys that sell over that. And also, you can't really look at Jones' last fight. John Jones' last fight was against a relatively unknown Dominic Reyes. I know we know him. We're hardcore fans. But I'm taking these headphones off now. He's relatively unknown. And when Jones has the right opponents, his pay-per-views do very well. His DC fights were good. And his Gus fights were good. They sold very, very well. So, guys, I know I literally ask this every single live stream, but I always love to read it in the chat. Put in the chat where you're watching this live stream from. I'm always curious where you guys are at. I know where Jacob Houston's from, but just put it in live. Put it in the chat. I appreciate you guys. You can, okay, Laurie read that. A lot of big fighters are millionaires. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that are millionaires. But it's still, the pay, I don't think the fighter pays where it should be. If Volkanovski finishes Ortega, he would capture 155. I don't think so, man. Volkanovski's probably too small. But I don't know. Look, that guy said the same thing. Volk's too small for 55. California. I love seeing that stuff. It's awesome. It's awesome. Seems healthy. Okay, everything's looking good. When's Matt Mitrione fighting? Does anybody know? I know that it's on this card. I think, or Philadelphia. Where am I from? I've answered it many times before. Baltimore, Maryland is where I'm from. So, somebody one time asked me if I was from Philadelphia because of my accent somehow. That's hilarious. UFC 263 should have sold more than 600. Izzy had Nate Diaz on the card. Very, very true. I think that might have even sold more if they had Nate Diaz as the main event. I mean, UFC 261 did 750. What was UFC 261? That was UFC. Oh, that was Masvidal versus Usman. Yeah, that's because Masvidal. But they do deserve to make they make the UFC. Yeah, somebody breaks it down. I'm not sure exactly what it is, and based on the revenue split, it should be a lot more. Do you think the UFC Bellator will ever make super fights? No. The UFC will never, ever in a million years co-promote with Bellator. They don't even mention Bellator on the broadcast. When they talk about Michael Chandler, they said he's been a champion in other organizations. They have no desire to bring up any other organization, and rightfully so. I don't blame them for it. So they will never co-promote them. Now, Bellator would love to do that. Win or lose, they would love to do that. Bring some UFC fans over to Bellator, but it's never going to happen. Masvidal as champ, how big of a draw he would be. If he beat Usman, if he went out there and slept Usman back in April, he would be massive. Conor level star, I think. Or pretty close. Maybe not Conor level, but close. I think I wanted to see, and maybe they do it when he returns, do Masvidal versus Conor. I think that's a fun fight for a lot of people. I would love to see that fight. If I had to pick, make a list, like a wish list of Conor McGregor fights that I would love to see, Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor, Tony Ferguson, and Conor McGregor, Masvidal in any order. Pick them out of a hat. Put them all in a hat and pick them out. I would love to see that. Masvidal would eat Conor. I think Masvidal would absolutely wreck Conor, but I'd love to see it. Who knows? Who knows? You never know. Both Masvidal will keep it standing probably, so it'd be fun. Conor RDA makes a lot of sense too. You have that storyline. RDA was supposed to fight him way back when, and RDA. I think the best thing that ever happened to Conor was RDA pulled out of that fight. Because RDA wouldn't have pulled out of that fight, then RDA wouldn't have ended up fighting Eddie Alvarez and losing, and then, it would end up being Conor versus RDA, and I don't think Conor would have ever been double champion. What are your thoughts on the Masvidal-Colby beef being staged? I think it is. I actually have a dedicated video on this channel talking about their beef being 100% fake. They were the best of friends. They're just full of shit. I think it will tone down quite a bit. I think what they were hoping for is eventually fight each other for the belt. I think that's what they were hoping for. They probably planned it out together. But I think they're friends, 100%. I think it's fake. Izzy just sits on the outside in those leg kicks. Yeah. Somebody asked earlier, and I think I missed it. I read it, but I missed it. What's going on with Paulo Costa? Apparently, he's having some kind of contract dispute. I would love to see Paulo Costa return against maybe a Jarrett Cannonier. I know Jarrett Cannonier has a fight now, I think. I don't even remember against who at this point. Kelvin Gastelum, I believe it is. But I want to see Paulo Costa back in the cage. Paulo Costa is a fun fighter to watch fight. But do me a favor, Charlie Kennedy. Go check out that dedicated Conor video. You can find it on my channel. Just search, MMA Joey Colby Covington or something like that, and you should be able to find it. Izzy, yeah. I can't wait to watch Izzy Robert Whittaker too. That should be a lot of fun. Conor cannot sleep welterweights, to be honest. 100% agree with you. He's not barely sleeping 55ers. It takes more accumulated damage for him to get wins. It's not something. He was knocking guys dead at 45. They called it the touch of death. 155, he's not shown it. Not shown it at all. There was a time Masvidal was on a live with Hawani. He jumped up and hid somebody come in the room. I did see that. I think I talked about it briefly in my video, but I did see that, and they think it was Colby in the background, right? When is Pitbull versus AJ McKee? They're talking about it right now, but I don't have my headphones on. Saturday, July. Oh, that's not far away. I'm going to listen to this real quick. Jeez, McKee hairline is terrible. He's got the worst hairline I've ever seen in my life. Sorry, man. Sorry. Let's see. I hope Whittaker sleeps Izzy. I don't have a preference on who wins. I like both guys. But I wouldn't mind seeing Whittaker win and then getting the trilogy out of that. Costa versus Hermanson. If Hermanson wins, he will be next title contender. No, I don't think so. Lamau, I'm assuming you're laughing at what I said about the hairline. Bro, it looks terrible in this interview. Somebody should have told him beforehand. Because it's not that bad in real life. It's just in the interview. It looks terrible. Okay, man, thank you. If Izzy had a 73-inch reach, he would barely be a top 7 185er. I don't know, man. It's hard to guess. He's a very good striker. I'd rather see Izzy win and go up to 205 again. I think Izzy missed out on his chance to become double champion. His time was against Jan Blachowicz. Jan Blachowicz days are numbered. Whether it's Glover Teixeira, whether it's Yuri Prohaska, whether it's Alexander Rakic, somebody is taking him out soon, whether it's in the next year. And I don't think Izzy has a chance against a guy like Alexander Rakic. I don't think Izzy has a chance against a guy like Yuri Prohaska. And I don't even think Izzy has a chance against Glover Teixeira. Because Glover Teixeira is going to take him down and hold him down. Glover Teixeira has stifling top game. So I think Izzy missed out on his chance. His time to win was against Jan Blachowicz. He wasn't able to make the most of it. And he lost, and I don't think we'll ever see him as 205-pound champion. So I think he cherry-picked that Jan Blachowicz win. Cherry-picked that Jan Blachowicz fight. I thought he would lose against Jan Blachowicz. I didn't even predict him to win. But that was his most likely, chance to win the title. Do you think does anybody in this chat think Izzy Adesanya is beating Alexander Rakic? No. And I don't think he's beating Yuri Prohaska. Maybe a little bit better chance on that. And I don't think he's beating Glover either. Yuri Prohaska is a freaking monster. I love that dude. How can you not love Yuri Prohaska? The guy is an absolute maniac. The guy's fight style is so much fun. I would love it. Yan owned him. No, I think it was more competitive than people give Izzy credit for. Izzy put on a good performance that night. I think just the size was too much for him. And Yan's power. Izzy was scared to let his hands go because he knew if he got clipped up, he gets clipped up by Kelvin Gastelum, he can survive. If Yan gets those hands on his chin, he's putting him to sleep. So I got to give Izzy credit, man. He still stepped up and fought a monster in Jan Blachowicz, but it just wasn't his night, and I don't think he'll ever be. I don't think he'll ever be light heavyweight champion. Yan owned him. Okay, hell nah. Izzy did give action. Yeah, Izzy fought well that night, and I think the fight was a lot closer. I don't remember what rounds, but Izzy definitely won a round or two, I think. I know Yan won like rounds 3, 4, and 5, if I remember correctly, but it's been a while. Europeans running 205. Very true. I think, I want to see Alexander Rakic fight Yuri Prohaska, but I almost don't want to see it because I would love to see that as a title fight because I think one of those guys is going to be the champion soon. Interesting how Yan has one of the oldest primes in the UFC. That's crazy. If you look, let me pull it up real quick because I can't remember it offhand. But if you look at Jan Blachowicz, what a career resurgence he had. He was KO'd by Thiago Santos in 2019. He goes on to KO Luke Rockhold. And I don't know if you guys remember the lead up to that Rockhold fight. It was anointed at that point in time. Rockhold was going to beat Yan, and it was an easy fight for Rockhold. And then Rockhold was going to get the next title shot against John Jones. And he went out there and just brutally broke Rockhold's jaw. Then it was the same thing against Jacare Souza. Jacare was moving up to 205. They were like, okay, if Jacare can win, he can fight John Jones next because John Jones kind of needed an opponent. He beats Jacare Souza. That was by decision. Then it was Corey Anderson. Corey Anderson was on a hot streak. Corey Anderson was talking about fighting John Jones for the belt. Blah, blah, blah. He goes out there and just brutally KOs Corey Anderson. And then he won at John Jones, but he eventually gets the fight against Dominic Reyes. And what a beating he put on Dominic Reyes. And I picked against Yan in that fight, but I don't know if I'll ever pick him again. Pick against him again. Who knows? I might pick him against him in the Glover fight. We'll see. But the guy is just so old. For MMA in general. He's 38 years old. And he's fighting a guy in Glover Teixeira who I believe is in his 40s. Talk about the oldest title fight ever. Do you think Yan could have beat John Jones if he stayed at light heavyweight? No, I do not. I think John Jones would beat Jan Blachowicz. But I would have loved to saw it, And I bet you if John Jones came back to light heavyweight right now and beat Yan, people would say, oh, well, he waited till Yan was too old. But we'll see. Mitrione time. Okay, is it coming up? Thanks for letting me know, man. Let me know when they're walking to the cage so I can switch over to it. Because I like reading the live chat on this screen, so I'm looking at least partially towards the camera. It's sad to see Thiago Santos' decline. Yeah, I almost think John Jones is putting a curse on his opponents. Everybody. I wanted to do a video on it, so I'll give you guys a little hint. Sometimes I'll type a note in my phone of a video I want to make, but sometimes I don't get around to it with all the breaking news, fight announcements, prediction videos, post-fights, pre-fights. I don't get around to it. But let me see. And I don't know. I typed this note like a month ago or something like that, or maybe even 2 months ago. But let me see if I can pull it up and I can read you what I typed in my phone. about John Jones, the curse of John Jones. Let me see if I can type it. Let me see if I can find it. Including the loss to John Jones, his last couple opponents, I don't remember how many it was. His last couple opponents are combined 3-12. So after they fight John Jones, they just fall off a cliff. Eventually, I might do that video, but I don't know. But yeah, it's sad to see Thiago Santos, but I still think he can beat some. But he tore up both those legs. Who knows if he'll ever be the same. Facts, he needed some experience and confidence, but dang, better late than never. Yep. What's up, Mac? I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining the live chat. Don't forget to click the like button. I really appreciate it. We're over 1,000 subscribers now. We're creeping our way to 2,000 now. I can't wait to get to 2,000 and eventually 10,000 and maybe then eventually 100,000. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Damn, that would have been a good match, yes. Who do you got for Isalm fight? How do you think it goes? I'm picking Isalm Makhachev, but I think Thiago Moises is criminally underrated. But that being said, I think Isalm Makhachev wins by decision. I think his grappling and his top game is just going to be too much. But we'll see. Thiago Moises is underrated. So, this is why it's impossible to say John Jones versus Francis is a $10 million fight. Jones needs to beat a heavyweight to see how he performs as a heavyweight. That's why the UFC won't pay it. I think that's bullshit. I disagree with you, my friend, Leonard. But thank you for joining me. The reasons I disagree with you is because I don't disagree with you that maybe Jones doesn't deserve the title fight. You could say Derek Lewis deserves it. But John Jones, that pay-per-view is going to sell a lot more than any other heavyweight pay-per-view. I think Jones versus Ngannou does better than Conor versus Dustin 3. I think it's the biggest fight the UFC can put on. I think it's amazing. I think it's a great storyline. And I think it's a phenomenal matchup. And I think it does a lot of pay-per-view sales. So why not pay the guy more? Because he's going up to heavyweight. They're saying they'll pay John Jones the same amount of money to fight Dominic Reyes or whoever else at light heavyweight as they will to fight Francis Ngannou. And that's just, I don't care who you are, I disagree with that. So I wish they would just pay the guy. I think Islam gets decision, me too. When you have been to the mountaintop, John Jones, it's hard to get motivated to fight other guys. Agreed. Okay, the walkout is happening. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am going to put on my headphones now so I can hear this. I still want to see Jones versus Adesanya. Let me say this to you guys. I have no desire to see Jones versus Adesanya. Jones would wreck Adesanya. Get through that through your head. Jones would wreck him. Thanks for joining me. I am the Defense. I'm glad you caught this live stream. This was a last-minute live stream. Yeah, Moises has a really good ground game. Should be a good one with lots of action. Agreed. I think Thiago Moises is a legitimate threat, and he may turn back Isalm Makhachev. I don't think it's likely, and to be honest, I hope it doesn't happen just because I want my prediction rate. My predictions have just been so good this year. I just want to keep that main event prediction percentage high. So that's why I'm rooting for Islam. Otherwise, I don't care who wins, really. Big Dan Mergliata. Jones would spank Adesanya over his knee. I agree with you, and I've been saying that long before he lost to Jan Blachowicz. Jones would wreck Adesanya. I think that's why Adesanya didn't go up until Jan was champion. Here we go. Matt Mitrione. Ready, sir. Ready, sir. Is anybody rooting for anyone in this fight? Guys, while we're watching this fight, do me a favor. Throw as many questions as you can physically think of in the chat. I love answering your guys' questions and talking to you guys. Looks like nobody's really throwing anything. Mitrione's taking the center of the cage, but neither guy's throwing something. Mitrione's got his hands down low. We'll see what happens in this fight. Maybe we'll see a brutal KO here. Ooh, headbutt by Fortune. That was a massive headbutt. I think he might have hurt Matt Mitrione. This is going to... They're going to stop it. He's ground and pound him. But Matt Mitrione was complaining about the headbutt. It was a massive headbutt. Matt Mitrione was covering up and yelling at it was a headbutt. He needs to get out of the position, survive, and then complain about it later. He's still screaming headbutt. What's your percentage for the year? I am 18 right and 4 wrong for the main events. I've only been keeping track of the main events and the title fights. I think title fights I'm 8-3 right now, or 9-3. I can't remember. Grabbing the fence. Stop it, Dan. He's grabbing the fence to maintain his position. Matt Mitrione is still complaining about the headbutt. He didn't see it. You have to fight at this point. He's still talking about the headbutt. What the hell? But just stop him. Matt Mitrione isn't fighting back. He's too busy complaining about a headbutt. He's tapping the strikes. Matt Mitrione tapped the strikes. Holy shit. It was a brutal headbutt, though. I saw it. Why is he still talking about the headbutt? Matt Mitrione taps the strikes. I think he couldn't have come out of this fight looking any shittier. He let himself get brutalized after the headbutt. End of story. And it's nobody's fault about the headbutt. It's nobody's fault. It's not like the guy threw it. I want to see what's going on in the cage. I hear somebody screaming. He's screaming right now. Oh, he's flipping out. Where was that energy when you were in the fight, bro? What a joke. I got to tweet out about that. What's crazy is Matt Mitrione laid there screaming about the headbutt, right? Instead of defending himself. And then, as soon as he taps the strikes, tap, 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 he jumps up. And it's not like he was even rocked. So, Matt Mitrione could not have come out of this fight looking any shittier. So, it wasn't like he was severely rocked. I think he looks like a total bitch. I never want to see Matt Mitrione ever fight again. I think he looks like a chump. The argument with the headbutt is that it hurts you. But he didn't get knocked out with the headbutt, bro. He didn't get knocked out. He didn't even seem like he was hurt, even when he tapped the strikes and got up. He wasn't defending himself. He was screaming, headbutt, 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 headbutt. Oh, headbutt. But he wasn't defending himself. It's not like he was out. It's not like he didn't even look rocked. He's just screaming, headbutt, headbutt. What a bum. What a bum. And then he taps the strikes. And I get it, get out of there. But how is he hurt so badly by the headbutt that after the stoppage happens, he jumps up and has the energy to scream and yell at the referee? I thought he was hurt so bad he had to tap the strikes from the headbutt. What an idiot. Exactly. Congratulations. Matt Mitrione tapped the strikes. That shit really got me infuriated. And I feel bad for Matt Mitrione because he got headbutt. But once you got headbutted and you realize the referee didn't see it, why are you not fighting back? And you're tapping the strikes just so then you can complain about the headbutt. Weird. Just a weird exchange there. Guys, throw some questions in the chat for me. Come on. And let me know how you felt about that. If you're watching Bellator right now, how did you guys feel about that? Because I thought that was incredibly stupid of Matt Mitrione. I think it was just a waste, you know? He spent all that energy yelling about the headbutt instead of, defending himself. He just left himself open. I think he's going to appeal it and try to get it overturned, but it's not going to happen. But that does suck. 2 fights in a row. Damn, it's almost 11 o'clock right now where I'm at. How many fights are left in this? I don't even know how many fights are left. Bellator. I kind of feel bad, but not really. Wasn't it weird? I mean, if he was hurt that badly, how come he could jump up and protest? That's what I don't get. How can he jump up and protest, but yet, it just made no sense. Okay, so next is the main event. Okay, good, because I don't want to stay up too late. So the main event is next. Let's see what they're saying on the broadcast. Velasquez. This is kind of a weak card, by the way. What did I think of Aljamain's Oscar performance? I don't even think it was an Oscar performance. I think it was the worst performance I've ever seen. It was so obvious. And I think the doctor really made a mistake. Or the referee really made a mistake. He said to the doctor, if he can't continue, it's going to be a DQ and he's going to win. As soon as he heard the doctor say that, or the referee say that to the doctor, he flopped back and put on the worst show I ever seen in my life. Masvidal wasn't even that badly hurt after he was brutally KO'd by Usman. Conor wasn't even that badly hurt after he was brutally KO'd by Dustin Poirier. Stipe Miocic got sent to the Shadow Realm by Francis Ngannou, and when he returned, it was nowhere near as bad as what Aljamain Sterling was acting like. Peter Yan should not have thrown the knee. But what Aljamain Sterling was disgusting, and I think that if he loses a couple fights, the UFC might even cut him. And I think if he doesn't fight Peter Yan soon, the UFC may strip him. Yeah, Ben Askren got up quicker. It was so fake. He was putting on a show because he knew he was going to lose the fight. And it's disgusting. I can't wait to see Peter Yan. I was defending him immediately after the fight. Well, it's Peter Yan's fault. He shouldn't have been throwing an illegal strike. But in everything that went on afterwards, I can't take Aljamain Sterling. He's posing with the belt and acting like he's the champion and trying to fight Henry Cejudo. I can't subscribe to that. No. Maybe he'll refuse to fight Peter Yan at a certain date, and then the UFC will just strip him. I don't even know about you guys. I don't even want to see Yan versus Aljamain Sterling again. I know who's the better fighter. Yan is. Can't blame. Yeah, I don't blame Aljamain Sterling for what happened, but the way he's handled himself since has been disgusting, in my opinion. So, I just think that he's acted, like he's trying to dodge fighting Yan again, and maybe he's just joking, but I don't like it, and I think it's terrible. He's trying to call out Henry Cejudo and saying Yan doesn't deserve it, and it's just, it was clearly a fake performance. He didn't deserve to get kneed in the head. Peter Yan's a complete idiot for doing it. But I'm just sad that we got to watch that fight again because I know who the better fighter is, and that's Peter Yan. We'll see. Hopefully this main event is pretty good. I am the Deference. How you been, man? How have you been? It's good to hear from you. Can you believe, Deference? 1,000 subscribers. Well, now it's even more. Let me check for you real quick. Let me tell you. Because I don't even think you can see the exact number anymore. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. We have 1,014 subscribers right now, guys. 1,014. That's crazy to me. Yeah, man, the subs just keep coming in. I don't know how. They must be enjoying the videos, enjoying the content. I don't know, because I never expected to get this many subscribers this quickly at all. I remember at one point when I first started this channel, I said I hoped to have 200 subscribers by May. By the end of May, so by June. I wanted to have 200 subscribers by June. And I don't even remember how many I had in the beginning of June. But a month and a half later, I got 1,014. You ever plan on interviewing fighters? That is a great question. My subscribers have been hounding me, telling me you gotta interview fighters. The answer is yes. I would love to, and I just really got to figure out the logistics of it. Recording it, on the computer while trying to get the best possible quality out of it. It's probably just going to be Zoom interviews, but we'll see how it works out. So, but yes, I do eventually want to interview some fighters. I think it would help the channel a lot. I think interviewing fighters would really help grow the channel. I think it would blow it up even more. I'm not going to be able to interview big name fighters, but some of the up and coming guys. I'm not going to be able to get an interview with Colby Covington. No way, shape, or form am I going to get an interview with Colby Covington. But maybe some lower level guys I'd be able to get an interview with, and that'd be fun. And if I can build up my channel and eventually, maybe have 50,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, maybe I can get a couple bigger names. It's non-existent, my friend. Sully has given up. I hate to tell you that. I hope it wouldn't be, but he didn't got time for it anymore. He ain't got time for it. So, rest in peace. Rest in peace. That's a great idea. Yeah, exactly, man. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll definitely help grow the channel. I would love to interview some lower level guys. Even lower level UFC guys. I think it'd be a lot of fun. The channel's been growing great with just the videos I've been doing now. Let's see how many I had. I can pull it up right here, I think. Let me see. So I wanted, by June 1st, I wanted 200 subscribers, okay? That was my goal. And I had 728 on June 1st. I just looked it up on here. Yeah, I'm sorry I am the difference. I'm sorry to break that news to you. Yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that question. I don't think so. We haven't even really talked about it. We've talked about other things, but his life, he's been having stuff going on in his life. He's been too busy. There's nothing I can do. I loved it, and I had so much fun doing it, but I don't know if that podcast will ever exist again. R.I.P. R.I.P. the podcast. But maybe like a Tai Tuivasa would be amazing. Who are you talking about would fight? Oh, an interview. I see what you're saying. Yes. That'd be a perfect. Oh, man. Excuse me. Yeah, like a Tai Tuivasa. I really want to get Adriano Yanez. He's an up-and-coming bantamweight guy. I seen him doing some interviews on some lower-level channels. Even a guy with like 500 subscribers got an interview with him. I'm thinking about, but I don't know exactly how to record it yet. I'm probably going to have to record it on Zoom, and the quality isn't going to be all that great. So, we'll see. Maybe I'll try to do it. I would love to do it. It would be fun. But I don't know. I think Adriano Yanez would be a great first interview. But I don't know. I'm gonna try to at least do an interview before the end of the year. I think that'd be perfect. To interview a UFC fighter, I'm gonna be nervous as hell though, guys. So you can't judge me when I do a terrible interview because I'm nervous as hell. But who knows? Maybe it'll be the best interview. Next thing you know, I'll be working for MMA Fighting, doing interviews. So the hardest part about anything, whether it's starting a YouTube channel or doing something in life, the hardest part of anything is starting. And once you start and you get some experience doing it, I think that's once you get started. So once I maybe interview one guy, I'll get more comfortable. So interview Chris Weidman. I don't think Chris Weidman wants to talk to me, my friend. He's too big. He's too big of a name. Maybe I'll get Aljamain Sterling on the thing. Joey is the next John Morgan. Hey, can you imagine Dana White saying, "All right, who's got the first question?" All right, Joey. I'd love to get the first question. My honest to God goal, I don't know if this would ever happen, or not my goal, my dream. I would love to follow the UFC around, go to the events, and uh, you know, imagine if I could just go to every event and cover it for some, I don't know if it'd be a media website, MMA media website for my channel or what, but if I could go to like every event and cover it in person, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I feel like I'd come up with way better questions than the existing MMA media. It'd be awesome. I will try to reach out. What do you mean? What are you talking about, my friend? Interview Joshua Fabia. I would love that. I would love an interview with Joshua Fabia. You know how many views that video would get? I ought to message him. I don't even know where to message him at. What's up, Torin Brown? What's going on, man? I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. The main event for Bellator is about to happen, so I'm at least going to stick around for that. Dude, you could 100% make that happen. What, be able to go to the events? Dude, if that happens, I'm not banking on that by any means, but if I could somehow get a job with an MMA website or something like that and be able to follow the UFC around and cover the events, that would be my dream job. I would love that. I don't even care if the pay wasn't that great. I would love doing it. Current MMA media is scared to rock the boat and piss Dana White off. He will blackball reporters if he doesn't like it. I agreed. I know. It sucks. It sucks. I grew up close to, so I will see in my circle of friends to see who can contact him. Who you talking about, my friend? But either way, whatever. Thank you. DM some fighters. I will. By the end of the year, I will do at least one fighter interview. I will do at least one fighter interview. And, the main event's about to start. Hold on. You could achieve all that. I am the difference. Thank you, man. You guys have no idea. If I could do this channel / MMA coverage of some sort as a full-time job, the content you guys would get, I would put out like 10 videos a day. I would be so dedicated. You know, right now I got so much other shit to do. And, you know, the channel is important to me. But imagine if I was getting paid for this somehow. You know, because this is just a hobby right now. And look how much I'm doing right now. If I can make this into some type of opportunity, an advancement to make a career somehow in MMA, that would be an amazing dream. And I would put so much more into this and so many more videos, as much content as possible. It would be a dream. This channel would be insane. If I could do this as like a full-time job, it would be absolutely insane. But who knows? I'm not banking on that. But if it happens, that'd be cool. But I'm not banking on that. You know, this is just a hobby. It's fun. If eventually I can make some extra money on it, that'll be cool. My channel is going to be monetized now. Pretty soon, once my channel is officially monetized, you guys can send donations if you want, which I would love. But, you know, who cares if that happens or not. But it'd be cool. Chris Wadman. Okay, man. Thank you, man. Let me know. Let me know. He's 38. No, I'm not, man. Stop. I'm 28. I'm 28 years old, for those wondering. The main event is about to start. Let's see what's going on. The main event's about to start. Person, okay. It's like anything, you need to make a plan. Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm actually pretty good at writing. I haven't done it in a long while, but I'm pretty good at writing. Now, I wouldn't mind like working free for like an MMA website, writing stories. I mean, they're simple to write, and then maybe get some more experience in that. It's not. What's up? What's up, Tony Brown? I hope you're doing well. Oh my God, you're a bit. Yep, 38. No way, but 28, yes. Joey, I will take down my ad blocker for you. Appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate me. And when I do these live chats, I'm not gonna. You know, you guys. Did I tell you? Okay. When I do these live chats, eventually people will be able to send donations. I'm eventually gonna start a Patreon too. I already technically have a Patreon, but I haven't set it up yet. But eventually I'm going to have a Patreon you guys can sign up for to help support the channel. Dude, I could tell you are perfect. What do you mean, my friend? But thank you either way. My cousin Tony Brown in the building. Awesome, man. You sent in. I know he was been here before, but did you send him? Who found the channel first? Torin Brown or Tony Brown? Which one of you guys found my channel first, and who put the other one on? The main event is happening right now. We're at 344. Velasquez appears to be feeling her out right now. But yeah, I'm going to keep growing this channel. Who knows? Maybe I'll one day have 500,000 subs. Dude, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Me, I found the channel first. Appreciate you, man. Sending it out. I've been telling everyone. So if you have family members who like MMA, you have friends that like MMA, send them my channel and tell them to subscribe. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thanks for the content. We'll watch every time you do a watch along. Thank you, David Loveday. You've been sitting here hanging out, just listening. I was you. When I watch YouTube, I never participated in the chat. I always just listen. So I appreciate you putting a message in the chat, man. I appreciate you joining me. I'm going to do an Isalm Makhachev, Thiago Moises watch along tomorrow. Let's see. Ooh, big right hand by Kielholtz. Oh, let's see. How long have you been doing your channel? I started this channel April 1st of this year, so a little over 3 months, which is crazy considering how much it's grown, and it's grown fast. Where's the dog at? I think my fiance's taking him out right now. Let me see. I'll tell her to bring him in if she can. You guys want to see the dog? If you guys weren't here, I got a new dog a couple weeks ago, a new puppy named Columbo. I'll see if I can show you guys him right now. I texted my fiance and told her to bring him in. Let's see if she does. Who is your best live underdog for tomorrow? To be honest, I don't pay attention to odds too much, so I don't even know. I don't know because I haven't paid attention to odds, so I can't tell you. Okay, here he is. Hold on. Hey, buddy. Hold on, let me take his headphones off. Here. There you guys go. You asked for him. Here he is. There's Columbo. Columbo, say hi. Say hi, Columbo. What's going on? Just stare dead into the camera. All right, take him. I'll see you later, buddy. Thanks for bringing him in. Let me put the headphones back on. Ooh, I'm missing something. Hold on a second, guys. 27 seconds left in the first round. All right, let me get back to the thing. Who is your favorite fighter today and of all time? It's hard to answer that question. I have a couple. I love Robbie Lawler, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Anderson Silva, Khabib. Today, I don't have one solid fighter. There's a lot of people. I just love MMA, and there's certain guys I love watching fight. If I had to pick one fighter to be my favorite today, it would have been Khabib right before he retired, but obviously he's retired now. I really like Peter Yan. I'll show you guys more stuff. I bought this recently. That's an autographed Peter Yan picture. It's pretty sweet. Look how big it is, actually. So I buy a lot of UFC memorabilia. Eventually, I'm going to have a full-blown setup with all my MMA memorabilia hung behind me. Hey, Joey, I'm glad I made the chat. What are you watching? Bellator, but we're also talking about whatever UFC content we want to talk about. You're married? No, I'm not married. I'm engaged. But basically, I'm married. Me and my girlfriend love MMA, both watching you right now. Shout out to you, Torin Brown. Appreciate it. Yeah, my fiance watches MMA with me if I'm not doing something here. I've tried to get her to say she'll come on for one of the watch alongs because she watches, she's not as knowledgeable as me, but pretty close. She watches everything I watch, so she's not watching Bellator right now though, so that's kind of a lie. But all the UFC events she watches, and if I'm up here live streaming, she'll be downstairs watching the event. Everyone should put their favorite fighter in the chat. Yeah, put your favorite fighter in the chat. Matt Serra has to be the funniest fighter ever. Oh, hold on. I missed a couple ones. What was your first UFC event you watched live? I went to UFC 172, John Jones versus Glover Teixeira, and the card was stacked. The card had the return of Anthony Rumble Johnson fighting Phil Davis. It had Max Holloway on the prelims versus Andre Fili or opening up the main card. It had Luke Rockhold on the card. I can't remember every fight that was on the card, but it was a great card. Tony Ferguson. One of my favorite fighters is Yoel. I love Yoel Romero as well. I love his style, too. How's the local MMA scene in Baltimore? Do you ever go to smaller shows? I've wanted to, but I don't know why they do this. It seems like a lot of the smaller shows they do on the same nights as big UFC events. It drives me nuts. I don't get why they do that. So they'll be like Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov, and they'll have a show the same night. It's ridiculous. So I've never been to any local shows. I've been to 3 UFC events. I went to John Jones versus Glover Teixeira. Then I went to Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal, and I went to Alistair Overeem versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. The first card, John Jones versus Glover, was in Baltimore. Second card was in New York. Third card was in D.C. Tony Ferguson, Khabib. Yeah, I love Tony Ferguson too. He's another great name. Living in Maryland, you must eat killer crabs. I love crabs. I eat crabs all the time. Derek Lewis, nice. Jan Blachowicz, where was the card? Look, I already answered that. Torrin Brown, it says message retracted, so I'm not sure what that was about. Ooh, Keyholtz just catches her with a left hook. This is a fun fight. I haven't been talking about it much. Somebody else said something. I can't remember. I love that you're honest. I try to be as honest as possible and give my honest assessment of stuff. I'm not trying, these fighters aren't paying me to hype them up. I'm just giving you what I see. And some people want to say, oh, well, you don't train MMA, blah, blah, blah. I can have my opinion based on what I watch, I never get that argument. Do you have any other interests besides the UFC? Yes, but it's hard, man, because MMA in general, because it's not just UFC. It's PFL, it's Bellator, it's UFC mainly. It's hard to keep up with all that, and then it's other stuff. So it's hard to have other hobbies. But I play video games sometimes. I haven't been playing a lot lately because every extra time I've been doing into this channel. Honestly, Shevchenko too, but that's not what I was laughing about. Brandon Moreno. Yeah, I like Brandon Moreno a lot too. I was laughing. My girlfriend is 22. I'm 26. People talking. I'm too old for her. Last time I checked, 22 was grown. Yeah, you are too old for. I'm just messing with you, man. Yeah, I mean, who cares? Now, if you were 18 and she was 14, that would be weird. But that's different. 26 and 22, I think it's fine. Personally. Someone might have a different opinion, but I would have never even thought twice about that. UFC is the only promotion I watch. UFC is without a doubt the best promotion, but I still like to dabble in the other promotions and watch. I would recommend Torrin Brown. Watch Bellator AJ McKee versus Pitbull. That should be a great fight. That should be one of the biggest fights Bellator ever puts on. I think that's in July, the end of July, so I would watch that. Everybody in the chat, put how old you are in the chat. I'm curious of that too. I'm curious how old you guys are. Big Right Hand by Keelholtz. I'm curious of everyone's age who watches the channel. Who's the youngest and who's the oldest? End of the second round. Right now, hands down, my favorite. Okay, gaming growing at such a high rate. My girlfriend is 32 and my wife is 60. Respect it. I wish John Lineker was still in the UFC. I bet he would have beat Sean O'Malley. I was pissed when the UFC cut John Lineker. Do you remember John Lineker versus Francisco Rivera? That fight was insane. Here in Los Angeles, they have a pretty healthy scene of combat sports. I started interviewing fighters and taking pics so I can get in for free with press credential. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I would really love to cover, MMA, but some of the big promotions. Adam says, I'm the oldest, 55. That's awesome, man. I am the difference, says 24. Birthday is 6/6/66. That's a terrible birth date. Sorry, my friend. Happy late birthday, though. Adam, when did you find my channel? I think you found it. You found it recently. Ooh, big left hook. I love the Dagestani fighters. Their relationship with their family, they can put pride aside, which is a very strong thing. Just look at McGregor. But the only thing stronger than pride is a mother's love. I love the Dagestani fighters. I love the way Khabib carries himself, and that's why he's one of my favorite fighters. And that's why I got that Funko Pop of him right there, even though you can't see it. Speaking of Francisco Rivera, where the hell is that guy? His last fight was against Eric Perez back in July 2016. I have no idea. Perez says second oldest at 41. Hey, guys, I appreciate you. I'm just happy you guys like the channel. I didn't know, what kind of age groups would like my channel. I figured it'd be mostly men. But, Joey, I found your channel 3 weeks ago. Thanks for being here. You were part of the first 1,000. Now some people are joining right after the first 1,000. But it's been fun, man. It's been fun doing this. I enjoy doing these live streams. I enjoy doing the videos. It's a very fun hobby. And I almost feel like, when I need something to complain about in MMA, now I have like a voice to, because you know what I mean? Just saying in the comfort of my own home, oh, this is bullshit, whatever. Conor McGregor's full of excuses, he's lying about his excuses. It doesn't mean nothing. But at least here, somebody hears what I'm saying, and can tell me if they agree, disagree, whatever. And especially, I feel like a lot of people are like sole MMA fans. They don't have a lot of friends, that are into MMA. So I like to be part of that community where, if maybe you don't have friends to talk about MMA about, but you can talk with me about MMA. Dude, we should start a pool if possible. What do you mean? My cousin is scared of your dog. There's nothing to be scared of. He's tiny. But let me show you what his dad looks like. All right, I'm going to show you what my dog's dad looks like. So this is my puppy's father. That's what he's going to look like when he gets older. I don't know if you guys can tell how big that is or not. I love the community that's being built here. The channel can go far. Exactly, man. I want a non-toxic MMA community. Non-toxic. That's what I want. And I feel like YouTube communities are built around their creator. And depending on their personality is how the community is. And that's how I'm trying to build my community. What fighter do you dislike the most? Probably Conor, honestly. And I think that has a lot to do with the way the MMA media babies him and also his cult following. That's crazy, Defense. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. You OG. You OG. I've got to meet a few fighters that made it to UFC. Jalen Turner, Nam Fan. I forgot about Nam Fan. Justin James. It's so easy to have access to fighters compared to other sports like MLB and NFL. Oh, that's beautiful. Conor and O'Malley, myself. I love all good people. Oh, they're throwing down in this fight. I'm not sure who's winning, though, to be honest. I haven't been paying ultra close attention. Somebody who hasn't liked the stream, go like the stream because I'm on 29 likes right now. And I need to get to 30. I need to get to 30, my friends. Did Ali Quinta retire or something? Dude hasn't fought since October 5th of 2019. Almost 2 years. Yeah, I don't even remember. When was the last time he fought? Was it against Cowboy? Connor's the most whack. T. Ferguson also whack. Adesanya whack. I like Tony Ferguson, and I love watching Adesanya as well. I'm not a biggest Adesanya fan, but I like watching him fight. Thank you guys for liking the stream, though. I really do appreciate it. I wonder who's in this live chat listening right now, but they have not put a single comment in the chat itself. So that was me when I consumed YouTube. I never participated in the chat, but I would watch the live stream and not say anything. So if you're watching this live stream right now, but you're not saying nothing in the chat, I appreciate you. And if you would, go put something in the chat right now so I know who you are. Too busy selling houses. I hate both of them. I don't hate anyone. There's just people I just don't like. Oh, nice takedown by, I think it was Velasquez. I dislike GSP the most. He's a legend, but his fights are boring. I like the GSP, and I like GSP still. I don't like what he did with Bisping. He cherry-picked that Bisping fight. He got in, he won the belt, and he dipped. He didn't want nothing to do with that middleweight division. So I really didn't like that at all. Yeah, this is a close fight. I don't like the Gracie clan. There's nobody in this sport that I hate, but there's just certain people that rub me the wrong way. O'Malley and Izzy are grossly in love with themselves. Maybe. I'm trying to think who I don't like. I really can't think of anybody off the top of my... I got an answer for you. Jeremy Stevens. I think Jeremy Stevens is a piece of shit. So, there's your answer. He's my least favorite fighter. Been here watching all the vids for the last few weeks. First time I'm on the live stream. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you, man. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow night, too, if you care to come around. Either way, I appreciate you. But I do appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate all you guys. I can't wait to see where this channel goes. Let's see. According to this estimator, in 1 year I'll have 5,000 subscribers. In 4 months I'll have... I hate I hate Colby's character, but he seems cool without makeup. Yeah, I don't like him at all. Will Stevens win tomorrow? I hope not. I'm going to say no, just for wishful thinking. I hope... Hey, my friend Anthony said he's been watching the videos for the last few weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed the videos, man. They may only be 10-minute videos, 15-minute videos, but it takes some time to make them because it's hard to gather all your thoughts. I don't script anything. I just come in here, I record it, and I don't script anything. So, it's difficult. So I got to really, try to think of what I want to say because you don't know how many times I end recording a video and I'm like, shit, I forgot to say X, Y, Z. So, do you like George and Nate? Yes. What did Jeremy do to you? I don't like the way he pushed Drakkar close at the weigh-ins. Drakkar was injured, had to pull out of the fight. He then blamed Drakkar for it. And then on top of that, he came out recently in an interview and said, I'll never fight him because I don't tolerate what he did. Dude, you assaulted him at a weigh-in where you're not supposed to touch him, and you injured him. I don't get it. I really want to see that fight. You need to get shirts. I was talking about that today with my fiance. I said I need to get some shirts. I don't know how to. I got to hire someone. I got to go find someone online who'd do it for cheap, who will design me a shirt because I don't even know how to design a shirt. Usman also makes it hard to like him. Agreed, but I love watching him fight, so that's really what matters. Hello from Singapore. Thank you for watching me, Ron. I hope you're doing well. And I hope you're subscribed. I think I've seen your name before. I want to say I have. Uh, I would love to get shirts made and sell them to you guys. You know, even if I don't make a profit, like just sell them to you for whatever they cost to make. Uh, and you guys can wear your shirts out in public and promote me too. Get me more subscribers, help the channel grow more, build the community more. I can't wait till we have a channel where we have 200-300 people in the live chat. That'd be awesome. Jeremy Stevens is pretty entertaining. I like his style, but outside the octagon, he seems pretty douchey. Couldn't have said it better myself. I like watching him fight, but for a guy who hasn't won a fight in a few years is pretty disgusting. I will buy a few. Hold on, I'm trying to get back to this. Let's see. I'll design you a shirt. Design me something. Design me something, my friend. I don't know what to put on it. All I have is my cartoon head. So, but if you can design me something, design it for me. And let me see it. I'll buy a few. My fiance did that. Illegal name, illegal knee. I thought those shirts were nice. Yeah, they were nice. Yep. She made them, but that's different. There was multiple logos and heads and it was just different. Joe, promise me you will watch Stevens versus Beat. Yeah, I will watch it. LOL. Tony, my cousin is scared of your dog. Why? He's just a puppy. He can't do nothing. Yeah, my logo on here is just a cartoon head of me. I hope that wasn't a joke about the hairline, though. I hope there's nothing wrong with this hairline. Is there anything wrong with this hairline? I'm just fucking around. But yeah, I'll watch that fight. Hopefully Mac is some type of artist and he can come up with some. I want a cool design. I just don't want it to be my cartoon head on a t-shirt. I want a cool design. So if you can design me something cool, I would be happy to use your design. Stevens is fighting at 55. Stevens is fighting at 45, I think. What are some MMA channels you enjoy here on YouTube? I actually don't enjoy a lot of them, ironically. That's why I kind of started my own channel, because I feel like a lot of people don't say, what needs to be said. I watch a little bit of Luke Thomas. I like James Lynch. James Lynch does a very good job. He does a lot of interviews with fighters too. He does great interviews. I'm trying to think, what else do I watch? I don't really watch any other ones. And to be honest, I don't even have time to watch them because I'm too busy making my channel videos. So I used to like Luke Thomas a lot more, but I still like him, but just not as much. No, I love it, dude. Like a WWE shirt from the 90s. What exactly are you saying there? Also, Torin Brown, I think it was you. You said, I didn't see anything wrong with what Stevens did. It's not that big of a deal, but still, you're not supposed to touch guys at the weigh-ins. Imagine if, that guy would have broke his leg or something. You know what I mean? You can't touch guys like that at the weigh-ins. You're not supposed to. It's stupid anyway. You're going to fight the next day. I always hate that. I think it's so dumb when guys are trying to kick each other, punch each other at the weigh-ins. Oh, big right hand by Keelholtz. She's walking her down now. She hurt her badly. You were going to... Ooh, she's coming after her hard. You're going to fight the next day anyway. So why even? It makes no sense. It's like guys when they walk into the cage, when they try to fight each other in the cage before they're announced. So I don't get it. I like Luke Thomas. James Lynch and Luke Thomas are soy boys, in your opinion? Okay. I don't watch a lot of anyone either way, but if I had to pick people that I do like, James Lynch and Luke Thomas. Let's see. What other channels do you guys like? Let me put in the chat. Because I'll check out some of these other channels. Because I really don't, believe me or not, I don't watch almost very little MMA content. Because I'm too busy making my own. Jesse on Fire. I've seen a little bit. I'm not a big fan. He's more, I don't have any problem. He probably does fine videos. But he's more of into the drama stuff. I'm more into the hardcore MMA, like predictions, and I talk about, the drama a little bit too. Let's see. Do you work or do a channel or just work? I work and do a channel. I mean, I don't make any money off this as of right now. I just do this for a hobby. So, and I also take care of some elderly people as well in my family. So I'm literally doing something every minute of every day almost. Luckily, MMA works out where it's late at night, so I can do it. Masvidal needs to answer for the three-piece of soda. Fight Leon Edwards at the end of the year. Co-main event for Colby Usman card. I'd love that. I like that. I like that idea, my friend. Mipe Sports. I'll have to check that out. Notice the same leg Conor kicked Dustin with at the press conference got broken in the octagon last week. That's ironic. I did not think of that. I have time for it's not cage fighting. Friday night picks. Good point. What about MMA Guru? I've seen a little bit of him. I'm not a big fan. I don't dislike him. But I've only watched a few videos of his, and occasionally he'll get recommended to me, and I'll see what it is. But he seems like he's very adamant about what he thinks, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like from what I've seen, if somebody he picks loses, he has excuses for it. Ship me crabs. I spend $400 a month. Where are you at, man? Where are you at? Let me show you what I steam my own crabs too. Let's see if I can pull this up from a couple weeks ago. Buffalo. I can't believe you're spending $400 a month. I'm trying to find this picture. I get them like every other weekend. No, hold on. Look, this was my table a couple weeks ago. Hold on. Look at all them crabs, my friend. I love blue crabs, man. I pay for a bushel, which a bushel is like 5 to 6 dozen of big, decent sized crabs. I think I pay about $300 or something like that. But it all depends. It varies who I get them from. That's like a local guy that I get them from. But that sucks, man. I love crabs. I'll have to look into it if I can ship some crabs. I don't know how to ship them. Touch Butt MMA. Ego Portal. Yeah, that's another thing about Conor's excuse, right? If that leg was hurt, well, why was the game plan to come in and use it to chop, Dustin's leg 6-7 times as hard as physically possible? I own my own house. This is my house. This is one of my extra bedrooms. I call it the office. I'll look into it, Adam. I'll get back to you on that, my friend. I'll look into it. I believe you. I believe you, my friend, but I'll have to look into it. I gotta look into how you would package it, Where do you order them from now is the real question. It's going the distance. I don't know who won because I didn't pay close attention. I was too busy chatting it up with you guys. Send me a bush. I have 2 houses next to each other. Well, you're going to be spending more than $400. It's $300 at least for the bushel, and then probably $100 for shipping, if not more. I bought my son a house next door. Awesome, man. That's pretty cool. To be fair, no one would have thought they'd snap their leg. It happened a couple times before. Yeah, but if he knew it was injured, why would he spam that as so many times? What do I do for work? I work for a small construction company. It's a very small company. We do like government jobs in schools and stuff like that. I don't order any. It's been years. Damn, that's crazy. You should show that setup you got in the background. Something, brother. Oh, yeah, maybe one day I'll do a video of my setup because I know I have the background blur, going on, so it's hard to see. I got some bobbleheads here. That's one of the. You know what? I will do that soon. And I live next door with the. Why don't you buy me a house, man? Send me some money. I'll pay. Help me pay off my house. Um, but that's awesome, man. That's awesome. You bought your son a house. That's pretty cool. But I got these autographed bobbleheads in the background. I got a Dan Henderson. I don't because all this is just sitting in this. This is just my extra room that nobody goes in. Occasionally my fiance works in here. She works from home. But right here is like all my like some of my MMA memorabilia I just got set up in the background that you can't even see. I have an Anderson Silva autograph. I have a Dan Henderson autograph. Uh, I have a Khabib Nurmagomedov autograph. I have a Rory McDonald and Robbie Lawler autograph. The picture of them staring down, in their epic fight. Joe Rogan posted a good video on Instagram showing how much Stretcher broke his leg. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's right, though. I don't know if that's right. I saw that, though. I think it might have been the leg kick before the teep. Excuse me. Conor's very fortunate he broke his leg. I don't know if you'd call it fortunate, but I get your point. I'm going to read it in a second. He didn't get put out cold in a devastating way. Even though he was obviously going to lose at least no KO, which would have shattered Dana and the UFC. Yeah, he has an excuse that he can build this loss on. His call can attach to something. How did you get those autographs? I bought them. I found them online. I have a Khabib autograph as well. You know the picture? Let me just look this up. Let me just look this up and I'll put it on the screen. I'm going to show you the Khabib autograph I have. So I'm not going to show you the actual autograph, but I'm going to show you the picture that I have autographed of Khabib that I found online. Oh, that's a terrible picture. Of course, why can't I find it in a high-res picture? Okay, here it is. I'm going to put it on the screen for you guys. Studio mode. Image. I'm trying to find how to add this image. So I have this picture autographed by Khabib. I'm putting it on the screen now. Here we go. I have this is the picture I have autographed by Khabib right after the Conor fight. Right after the Conor fight, him pointing before he jumped over the cage. I have that picture, that exact picture, autographed. So there you go. You saw that. Let me get out of there. So I don't need that anymore. But that is my favorite autograph. How many Hall of Famers have you met in life? One day I'll show it, but I have it hung up downstairs because I love it so much. But it's in the picture. Let me show you this again. It's in the exact same frame like this with the red border in the background, and it shows like their names in the bottom and everything like that. And it's bigger than this actually, but it's the same frame and same the mats with the red ring around it. It's really awesome. I love it. Eventually, when I really get you can't even find that Khabib autograph. I bought it for like $300 or something crazy like that. But in the future, when I get like a full blown like crazy nice setup, like probably when I get like 5,000, 10,000 subscribers, I'm gonna get like a crazy like nice setup because I'm just crazy like that. I'm finishing my basement right now. And I'll probably just put like a full one like streaming room down there. And I'm going to have like some of the cool stuff hanging in the background. Rather than now, I just kind of set this up. This is just how the office was set up. And I just put some of my memorabilia back there. Yeah, Peter manhandled Aldo, but it was later in the fight. Aldo was winning some of them early exchanges. Let me see if I can actually find a picture of the autograph that I have, if I can find it. I don't think I can. But it's a sick autograph. No, that's not it. They don't have. I can't find it anywhere. You can't find it online anymore, I don't think. Of course, I can't find it. Nope, that's not it either. After I seen that Khabib Conor fight, I needed some type of memorabilia from that. Aldo had the worst kicks? Never, man, never. Never that. Aldo had some of the best kicks. You're smoking. You can't even find this auto. You can't even buy it if you wanted it. So, you know what's funny? I bought it specifically. I really wanted it, but it was like $300 and I didn't feel like buying it for $300. And I said, you know what? He may retire soon and you may never be able to get this. So I bet you it's worth more money. It's certified and everything. I don't remember if it's like PSA or whatever the hell they do. But it's legit and it's awesome. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. The other one I have is Robbie Lawler versus Rory McDonald. That stare down in between their fight on the Conor Mendez card. Remember they had that stare down in between rounds? I have that autographed as well. And it's Rory McDonald's autograph above his picture, and Robbie Lawler autograph above his. I don't need this anymore because I don't care about Bellator anymore. And I just recently bought that Peter Yan autograph. I'm trying to think who else I have. Here, I'll show you real quick. Hold on, let me see if I can grab it. Guys, check this out. I got a Dan Henderson autograph. Look at that. You guys like that? So I just like collecting that type of stuff. I have some Baltimore Ravens autographs too. I have like a Ray Lewis autograph, Steve Smith autograph, a couple Ravens autographs. But I just like collecting that type of stuff. I also have a guy named MMA Bobblehead makes MMA bobbleheads. So I have a Daniel Cormier. I don't know if that'll focus or not. That's a Daniel Cormier. It's autographed on the base if you see that there. I also have Nick Diaz, Jorge Masvidal, and Mighty Mouse. So I got them all in the background there. I know I got to hang them up. I know. I have my Khabib autograph hung up downstairs, actually in my living room. That's how much I love that thing. And then above it is my Robbie Lawler, Rory McDonald. I'll take a picture of it, and maybe tomorrow on the stream I'll show you guys what I have downstairs set up. What's up, Danny? Hope you're doing well. Guys, any final questions for this 2.5 hour stream? Any final questions? I appreciate you guys, every single one of you guys, for joining me. Don't forget to like the stream. Come on, run up the likes. It's at 36 likes right now. I know there's got to be someone who has not liked the video yet, who is still in here listening. But yeah, I'm MMA Bobblehead. He sells autographed and non-autographed bobbleheads, and he's making a Dustin Poirier next, and I'm going to buy the Dustin Poirier too. Jacob Houston says bye. Stop by tomorrow, Jacob, for the watch along for Isalm fight if you have time, my friend. If you're not too busy. What did you do before the YouTube stuff? YouTube doesn't make me any money yet, so UFC items you would sell like crazy. Good night, y'all. Yes, we already talked about that earlier, my friend. I still have a job. I still have a regular job. I just do this as a hobby. I literally have not made 1 penny off of this. Not 1 penny. And if you really think of, you know what's the craziest thing is the money that I've spent on this. I bought a new computer so I can making videos. I can render them like fast as hell. I needed a new computer anyway, but I bought this specific expensive ass computer specifically for YouTube. I think it was roughly $2,500. The lighting I bought for YouTube, I think each one of these was 100 or 150. I bought 2 of them. My microphone was about $70. And my camera, you don't even want to know how much I spent on my camera. My camera and all the accessories that I needed with it to shoot these videos in high quality was roughly, I want to say $1,500. The lens that I have on this camera, if you guys notice when I do my 4K videos or even my 1080p videos, the background's blurred, and you see how wide the background is? What's crazy is the reason I bought this lens, first off, I'm a quality whore, so I like top quality. But the reason I went with this lens is I'm only about a foot away from this lens. So with a normal lens, it'll almost look like I'm this close. But since I bought this expensive lens, it shows a very wide angle. You know, it's super, super wide. I'm literally only 12 inches. Like, hold on, let me sit in my normal position. I'm 12 to 16 inches away from this camera right now. But it shows such a wide angle because the lens itself was $400. But when I did this, I said I want the best quality. My 4K video is absolutely beautiful. I think it's some of the best video quality on YouTube. Compare it to anyone's. My 4K videos are insane. I love having the light behind me. I already had that before I bought this, so that wasn't nothing extra. But yes, it's all an investment, and I think that's what helps me grow so fast is how nice the quality is. Let's see. I will share this channel with my Indian friends. Please do, my friend. Please do. Your video is bomb, dude. Thank you, my friend. Check out some of my 4K videos on a 4K monitor or 4K screen. I have a 4K LG OLED downstairs, and I watch some of my 4K videos on it, and I can't believe I look more real in the 4K video than I do in real life. So, I'm going to tell you what my lens is right now. Eventually, you can sign up for affiliate links and put links in the description so people can like buy cameras and stuff from Amazon, and you'll end up making money off of it. Eventually I'm gonna have a list in my description of all my equipment that I use. The next thing I wanted to buy, and I said I was gonna buy when I hit 1,000 subscribers. My audio quality is very good, but I have this like $60 mic that I bought. I want to get the Shure SM7B, which is about $400. But to get all the stuff that you need to get it, it's like $800 because you need a cloud lifter, you need an audio interface, you need a boom arm, obviously. So when I'm probably not right now, but pretty soon, I said I would do it after I hit 1,000. I'm going to buy the Shure SM7B. It's an $800 microphone setup, and I will never buy another microphone again. It will be the best audio quality on YouTube, basically. You know, comparable to anybody else. I'm going to tell you what this lens is called right now, my friend. It is the Sigma 16mm f1.4. So it's actually relatively dark in this room. It's not super bright in here, but because of the aperture of the lens, it's able to do it and be super crisp. Joey's going to make it to the big leagues one day, no doubt. I appreciate you, man. It's all an investment. One day you will reap it. Yep. I hope so, man. You should put a package of your picks weekly and sell them to us. Other people are doing this. That's crazy. I usually don't pick every fight, though. And that's my channel. That's my content. I got to do prediction videos, so I can't sell it. Maybe when I start a Patreon, one of my benefits, well, maybe you get my picks a day early or something like that. I don't know. Weekly picks, dude. I will help you. Big company wanted me and my son to work for. Big company wanted me and my son to work for them. What do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying. Next year, I'm going to compete in the Indian MMA promotion. Good luck, my friend. I hope you do well. Let us know when you eventually do it. I hope you do well. It's scary, man. You got to be brave to get in there. So, guys, I will see you tomorrow. For my Isalm Makhachev versus Thiago Moises fight watch along. I appreciate every single one of you. It's been awesome doing these live stream with you guys. It's been a lot of fun talking to you. It's been 2.5 hours now at this point. I got 20 more seconds until I hit 2.5 hours. If you're somehow watching this entire watch along in the future, make sure to like the video. If you haven't liked the video already and you're here live, please go like the video. I appreciate all you guys who did it already. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, go subscribe right now. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I will talk to you later, and I will talk to you tomorrow during the Fight Companion. Good night. If this goes well, I will advertise your channel wherever. And, brother, nothing I demand, nothing, brother. I appreciate your work. Thanks for all your content and talk. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate you. God bless you, Joey. Get me crabs. I will send you. Okay. I appreciate all you guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night. Get a good night's sleep, and see you later.